the next part of the chart that we were getting into yesterday. This is a continuation, part 1 of 2, and I wanted to go over that because I want to see what we had left over, right? So the other day when we got off, we were talking about the trades that you can do at these points here as the 3-minute up and down entries, and then I left the boys to do what they do. And this is the continuation of that. Let's see here. Yeah, I knew that. So here you can see we left off, I believe we left off about here. Where we had that little spike down from the 3-minute. So what we did from the other day was created levels and channels, right? So I'm showing you guys how to create some levels and channels in here so you guys can have areas. Now, the greatest part about this is, as you can see as we go on, we end up hitting our levels perfectly of support and resistance. So a little bit of knowledge for you guys there. So what we're waiting on here is we have the 2 hour at this point slowly coming down, and as we play this role here, we know that we are buying and selling based off the 3-minute. Now I want to take a look at this particular short that came into play, and this is when we kind of got off here. And I'm going to do a little trend line right here. I'm going to make it a little bit thicker so that I can see that we're tracking this particular trend. Okay. So now I want to slide out to my 4 hour. Yeah, you got to use a VPN, big dog. How did you use an email or use your cell phone? Email or cell phone, big dog? All right, so if you're in a particular area, what state are you in, dog? So if you use an email, you might have to use Ohio. I mean, you should be good in Ohio, bro. So if you use an email and then you have a 2FA, which you use your Google Authenticator, you should be good. I don't know why Ohio wouldn't be good. But you might have to pick up a VPN for like... sometimes VPNs come with your internet, your Comcast or whatever your internet provider is, and sometimes you have to pick one up or buy one. They're like $5 a month or $60 for a year, and then you just put it into like Canada or stuff like that. All right, so now guys, we're gonna re-look at what we had yesterday, and what I'm looking at here is we're gonna revisit our 4 hour headed down. There we go, and we can see that our 4 hour started to break down here, but it didn't cross till here. So let's move our 4 hour across to that point. It does break down here, and that's the beginning of the downside of this move. Now I'm going to make this a little bit thicker so that we can see it. 4 hours always red. Okay. Now what I want to do is take a look at the, and it's still going down. The 4 hour hasn't touched bottom yet, so it is continuous right now. It's still going down. Now I want to take a look at the 2 hour. And these are RSIs, guys. Crypto's doing amazing, brother. Crypto's doing amazing. You just got to understand the pump and dumps, bro. Got to understand the pump and dumps. So now the 2 hour is orange. And you can see the 2 hour breakdown is right there, and I'm gonna make this a little bit thicker so that we can see what's going on here. 2 hour breakdown as always, and the 2 hour has yet to find its floor, but that's the area of the 2 hour. And now we're gonna slide over to the 1 hour, and the 1 hour we can see had a couple downs here, a couple ups, and then retouches here. So what I want to take a look at is during this period of time here where we were tracking this trade, we had a nice little pull down. And I'm going to take this. This is, I think that might be the 30-minute, but we'll come back to that. All right. So let's take a look here. So we had a little bit of some trades here that pumped in, pumped out. And what's the orange? The orange is the 2 hour, right? There we go. So the 2 hour did not start going back up. Delete. Until right here. All right, so now we have a pretty good bait in here. So let me slide over here to my 30 minute because I want to take a look at the 30 minute because we had some moves here that were nice little pullbacks and shorts that we had, and we want to find the best areas. Crypto's not doing good. That's not what Coinbase is telling me. I mean, there's regulation coming, guys. There's regulation. Okay, we're gonna be in a very interesting situation, right? Okay, because now you guys have some type of regulational support here. All right, so now we had this huge little pullback that we like. One pullback, two pullbacks, and then once that second pullback comes in, this is where we were charting yesterday. A third pullback likes to come in, and then we were finding the ceiling here. We were tracking this trade here. So, and what we're waiting for here is the reversal of a long, but we can also come in here and take a look at these shorts that happened in these two sections and take a peek at like what caused these really nice shorts to happen so that we can take a look. And these I'm going to make white. All right, so let's dig in here. And we could see yesterday that we had a bottom here. I remember we were working our way up. We were tracking the 3 minute, right? And as you can see, this is more than likely when the 15 minute came from the bottom, right? So let's go take a look here. So the first move down here is the 15 minute. And as you can tell, we had a 15 minute top out this entire time that we were fighting the top. And then eventually it broke down on us. And that's where we were trading live yesterday. It failed to break up, even though the 30 was headed up. The 15 minute pulls back, and we ended up with a nice little pullback there. Second time it comes up, 15 minute tops, pulls back. You have to respect the 15 minute RSI, as you guys can see right here. Pull back again, another pullback, pull back again, 15 minute, right? And pull back again here. And then right here, finally, we had this massive pullback here, which is what I want to look at, because this is probably the 30 finally getting involved. Okay. So first pullbacks here, the 15 is bending down, but the 30 is at the top, right? And you still get that pullback with the 30 at the top, and that's because the other older time frames, your larger time frames, your 3 hour, your 2 hour, your 3 hour, and your 4 hour are still pulling down the coin, right? So if you're paying attention that the 15 minute pulls back, you're still taking advantage of those pullbacks. Now, the support, if you guys were on yesterday, these videos are on YouTube. You can watch part 1 and part 2, right? Part 1 and part 2. I have XRP on Uphold. I like, XRP on Uphold. It's hard to transfer a lot of funds out of Uphold. I think it's $2,000 max per month, right? Or 60 days. It's something ridiculous. So you never get your money out. So I use my exchange MXC. All right. So right here is the pullback on the 15 minute. You can see the 30 finally hit the top and then starts to bend, and it gives us this nice little pullback here, and then the 30 starts to head back up, and that's when the 15 starts to head up, and this is where we're able to take advantage of this move. So I'm going to put a second and this one we're going to make yellow. So these are the two trades that we want to get into, the pullback and the up, right? And another thing that we have here inside of these two trades is we have the support and the resistance that we created yesterday, right? So these lines here, we have lines of support and we have lines of resistance, and these are the lines that we're working off of, right? It actually went to $1.10. Went to $1.10. That's a really, see, Magadel Rodriguez. So how can XRP have 3.8 billion in volume, 99.6% buy, and 0.4% sell on Coinbase, and not keep going up? So where did you see that? Where did you find that? Where did you find that? All right, let me look at that. Let me Google that, man. We're gonna Google that real quick. What did you Google? Is that volume on Coinbase? So I'll take a look. I don't see where, I see what you're saying on the 3.8 billion in volume, but I can't see where it would have the breakdown. But we'll come back into that, man. But that's a good question. Definitely a good question. All right, so guys, right now we're going to finish a lesson in the simple trading. So if you're following along, we're going to go on here. I'm going to put on every day. We're going to come on here and literally go through the levels of XRP, because XRP is a very hot coin right now. So with a lot of volume, a lot of strong hands, armies, people who aren't selling, people who are holding, and a lot of action around the world, we're going to follow the XRP so that way you guys can understand strong buy, when to buy in, when not to buy in, right? So yesterday a guy told me in South Africa, he had a friend who said XRP was going to $16. So he bought it 80 cents. Now you don't want to buy at 80 cents. You want to buy when you're relative. This is called a relative strength index, stochastic, right? You buy when it's at the bottom and the 2 hour. You sell when it's at the top on the 4 hour. It's really that simple. Like, this is not that hard. So I want to take a look here. We had a 15-minute pullback right here. And the interesting about this thing is it does pull in a solid 200% gains for us if we were tracking this yesterday. 200% gains on the down, and then a 200% gain on the top. So this little support and resistance area is a solid 200%, right? So once we find those support and resistance, we know that this is a 300% bounce. Here to here is 300% if you're doing leverage and doing it properly. So this is the continuation of yesterday. So we were tracking this coin across here. It failed to make its point. The 15-minute finally broke down. That would have gave a 300% profit. It then had a reversal and would have gave another 300%. So that's kind of what we had right here. Is the 30-minute kept pushing up, and that's where we got the next level of this, right? So this is the 15-minute beating the top that we were tracking yesterday. And then when the 15-minute broke down, right? So this is why it's important to understand coins. It is that easy. What platform do you trade on? I trade on MEXC, right? MEXC. So this is where I trade, guys. Let me see here. So you can take a screenshot of this, and this exchange is also where I keep my XRP, everything that I have. Take a screenshot of that. They have $1,000 in sign-up bonuses, airdrops. They have all the Ethereum tokens with no gas fees. They have all the bonuses. And when you use this VIP link, this is going to get you cheaper pricing and trading. So when you do trade, guys, you are saving a lot of money on your profits because you're not paying full price. So this is a VIP link. We use it. We have hundreds of thousands of, with leverage, we have literally hundreds of thousands of volume plus going through this daily. So we have a ton of traders on here. So we get a lot of perks. Screenshot that, guys. That's for you guys right there. All right, let's get back to the charts. All right. What would you recommend a way to buy for long-term XRP? Fees are 50% cheaper than KuCoin. So what I would recommend buying for XRP long-term is taking a look at, this is the breakdown that we did, and you can take a look at the videos on YouTube, but these are the support zones, right? So let me back this up. And yesterday we took a look at the daily, right? And we did some support and resistance lines, right? So I'm gonna pull that up for you guys right here. And what we have right here are our low support zones of 57 cents, 56 cents, 57 cents, right? These are the support zones that we put together yesterday. And then after the pump, we basically broke it down. So there's a support line of 46 cents, a support line of 42. There's a support line of 57 cents, right? And then these are the upper support zones that we were looking at here. So XRP has some support at 57.67, right? So, and as you can see here, it broke past that yesterday, and that's where the buy zone would be. So the buy would be on the support zone around here, around 67 cents to 58 cents. So that's a good buying area for XRP long term, right? And the next one down from there is about 46 cents or 57 cents. But I don't think it's going to go that low. So those, if you want to see how we did that yesterday, you can look at the support zones from the YouTube video we did yesterday. So now what we're digging into is how to capitalize on invite the Jeep Junkies. What up, baby? Do you put your XRP on cold storage? Yeah, I mean, I use what's that? We have some Ledger. I use Ledger a little bit. I'm not a big fan of Ledger after all the updates they did. You don't want all the one with the Bluetooth and all that stuff. But yeah, the original Ledgers that have XRP without a lot of contact on it, the ability to get your password Bluetooth, those are great. And what's that other one? I'll post it. I'll make a video on it. It's like a credit card and it doesn't have any, they don't share any information. All right, so let's dig into this chart and get through this XRP here so we can see how to make money and see where we're at today. So this one, we had a 15-minute RSI touch the top. It finally gave in. That was the pullback. And then it bounced up from here. And we're going to take a look right there. And we're going to watch the 15-minute on this. Because what you're learning is how to trade with and use the 15-minute RSI to create income when you trade, right? This is not that hard of a trading game once you understand how to use your relative strength index, right? So right now, I mean, the low ball of 63 cents and the 67 cents, it's a good area to pick up XRP. 67 cents right in here is a good buy. And 70 cents is a good buy. So I wouldn't be buying over 70 cents for a long term. All right, so let's go here. We're going to finish this trade up. So this is very simple. Here's our 15-minute RSI breaking down. We had a real big pullback. And then when it started back up, that's when we got our run. And you can see here, we got our run. Now this is an important trade because this is the first pullback of the 15 against the 30. And then it pushes with the 30, right? So when that 15 pulls back against the 30 and then bounces, we see a huge gain on an up, right? So the short is kind of a short is nice to have here. The only reason this short really works out is because you have the 2 hour and the 4 hour, and well, the 2, the 3, and the 4 still about halfway down. So there's still a lot of pull pressure. So that was able to get that. and then the 15-minute pulls up here. Now, what we were watching was the 15-minute pullback and then the up with the 30. So a lot of guys inside the Discord played this up here and got about 200% gains, right? So that'd be like Boogie. Boogie got 200% on this trade. But this pullback is an interesting pullback. You can take advantage of that. Dr. Alicia 212. What's up, Doc? Welcome into crypto. So this is just a breakdown. So we were able to take advantage of this pullback. 15-minute pullback. It did create some nice pullback because the 3-hour, the 4-hour was still pulling down, and the 2-hour hadn't really broken up yet. So that way you can take advantage of this pullback. And then more importantly, when the 15 starts to head up, you get a green moon on the 15. The green moon and the 30 gives you a nice little 200% gain, right? So that was happening there. So now as this starts to run across, you can see the next time the 15 minute starts to pull back later in the day, you don't get the same short that you did earlier, right? Even though it is touching the support and resistance lines that we had set up yesterday. It had a nice support and resistance. It rejected off of the support once again, and it came back down. Now, there's nothing wrong with this trade if you're playing these support and resistance lines. I mean, once again, we're only looking for 100% profit. We're able to get 1.72. And once again, the 15-minute coming down pays us off after rejecting, pays us off again with another 100% gain, and then 100% on the reversal right here. Here's another 100%, right? So right here, 100 down, 100 up, breaks down again right here. You start to get into your short, and sure enough, pays another 100% here. And now this is where this thing just paid off all day yesterday. 15 going up, 100%, coming back down, another 100. And then these little areas here, once you get the big 15-minute pullback and then you are able to get that second pullback, you know, a lot of times you don't want to I would have been, we sold our XRP at 92 cents. So right now you're kind of in the dead man's land. This is hodl area. This is where people are accumulating. You always want to sell on the pump, right? You don't want to sell your XRP in a downward. So right now your 4-hour, do you know what the RSI is? Mohammed, do you know what the RSI? I like that. Mohammed's got my boy as his picture. What's up with Naruto? He's got Naruto as his fucking picture, babe. All right, Mohammed, do you know what the relative strength index is? Do you know what the RSI, stochastic RSI is? Yeah, we do offer copy trading for busy people. We got that for you, Doc. Okay, so do you know what trading view is? So guys, take notes real quick, right? Take notes real quick. This is how you can tell if you should buy or sell when you're holding. All right, very simple technique. This is for hodlers. This is very easy. All right, you ready? You know what trading view is. Do you guys know what trading view is? How many people in the chat know what the stochastic RSI is? Hit ones in the chat if you know what the stochastic RSI is. Hit ones. Hit ones, right? Yeah, relative strength index, okay? So if you're holding, right? Yeah, what up, brother? If you're holding, guys, make sure that when you're holding, like the question Muhammad has is, should I sell my XRP right now? And I'm going to pull up a different chart because I want to keep this chart kind of relative here. But I'm going to pull up a chart here. And what I'm going to do here is, let me shut off our personal indicators. Okay. So I'm going to show him real quickly on what's called the relative strength index. So the question is, if any of you guys are right now thinking, should I sell my XRP because it's not going up anymore, right? My answer to you would have been, like my answer is to my Discord and to all the students that I teach, is that we always sell on the pump. Because in crypto, whatever goes up has to come back because they will take profits. Okay, they will take profits. So you would have been selling at your 80, 91 cents, 90 cents, right? 15 minute, bro, 15. I'll go over that in a second, Gus. All right, so here, okay, so you see your relative strength index. Okay, this is called a relative strength index, right? You go to your indicators on TradingView, okay? You click indicators, and you type in RSI. Okay, it's the only real indicator you guys need. It's called a stochastic RSI. Okay, once you have that, right, as you can see right here. So understand Wyckoff distribution. They want us out. Don't sell for dollars. Yeah, the Wyckoff is correct. Wyckoff is correct, right? But if you want to learn how to, what we call accumulation, right? How to make more money with the same amount of money. You guys who are holding XRP should have sold it when it got above 86, 90 cents because there was a support and resistance line there. And I'll make a video on that for you after this. You should have sold there because you know it's going to come back down. And then you should have sold at that higher level, 86, 92 cents. There were support lines there and resistance lines. And after you sold, it came back down to 70 cents. You could have rebought in at 70 cents and you could have bought 30% more, actually 40% more coins for the same amount of money. So right now you could be holding 40% more XRP than you did if you would have sold on the pump. But here's how you know. Okay, here's your daily. Here's your daily, right? I'm holding to 2025. So Vessel, what you have to understand is by not doing this accumulation, by not doing this, you're costing yourself 40% more money. So if you hold XRP to 2025, right, and let's say you do great and you make $100,000, you could have made 40 times that. Let's say you make $10,000, right? Would you rather have 10,000 or 40,000? Right? That's why you guys have to understand XRP doesn't make money. Well, yeah. So if you're going to play the tax game, Rue, good question, guys. If you're going to play the tax game, right? If you hold XRP longer than a year, and then you sell, I mean, you guys should have been holding XRP over a year, right? XRP's been, XRP's been down to 29 cents for the last 9 months. You should have had XRP at like 30 cents anyways. But let's say if you're over a year, there's two parts of this, right? And I'll explain it to you. So if you're in crypto, if you hold over a year, you have your taxes where you don't give your capital gains, which is 30%, right? But if I'm selling $10,000 worth of XRP at 90 cents, and it goes back down to 60 and I rebuy and I'm getting literally 40% more of my money, I don't care if I pay them 30% on that because I'm still getting 20 or 30% more on my XRP. So I will gladly, if there is a tax on that, if I make an extra $200,000-$300,000, I will gladly give them 60,000, right? If someone said, "Hey, I'm going to give you $300,000, but you need to pay me 80," would you do it? Of course you would. But you know, we don't know when the pumps come, right? You don't know when the pumps come, right here. 40% of 20K is 4K, right? So if they gave you 20K and you had to give them 4 back, would you do it? Or 10K, right? But here's the thing. You don't know when the pumps are going to come, but when they come, you have to make your moves, right? So here's your daily RSI. You see how it bottomed out right here? You see it started to go up right here? Now I'm going to show you something right here, and I'm going to make a full video on this so that you guys get it. But here's your daily RSI. You see how it goes up right here? The price, you want to know what the price of XRP was when this came down and started to go up? Do you know what the price is here? That's a buy signal right there. If you're in my Discord, if you've been educated, this is a buy signal. Do you guys know what price XRP was at that time? Do you know what price it said to buy? There, I'm going to put a price for you. What price do you think this is? What price do you think it said to buy? Dharma Kid, what up, baby? Berkeley, what up, son? Right, so you guys should have been buying at this price. Right there. Look at that. You ready to see? This is the buy price right there, right? That's your buy price right there. There you go. 46 cents. Do you see that? Right there. See that? 46 cents. That's when you should have been buying XRP. You see this RSI? So if anyone wanted to know when they should have sold their XRP, This is where you should have sold XRP right here when it crossed. And now it comes down, right? But there's no pump in here, right? So you wouldn't have sold XRP in this area here, even if this goes up and down, because there's no pump. But right here, we come down and now we get this pump, and now you're getting to the top. So that's the first part. That's your buy-in, right? Now I'm going to show you, like, when you ask me, yo, should I sell, right? This is called the 4-hour chart, right? So this is a 4-hour time frame. You see here? You go to the 4-hour time frame for how to know when to sell. So the first time frame is how to buy. How to buy is basically on the daily. Yes. When it crosses, we call that rule. We call that a crosses. It crosses over, right? Right. So this is how. Now the question is, how do I sell? You buy on, okay, these are called time frames. I know a lot of guys are new here. Let me just cover this. The time frames are right here. When you click a time frame is simply the time of the chart, right? So you can look at 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, etc., right? For this example, we use the daily time frame, which is down here, the daily, to get the buy signal, okay? Once you buy, guys, and share the video, share the live, guys, hit the likes, let's share the live, let's get some people in here so that everybody can learn how to make money in crypto without being a fucking expert. You don't have to be an expert, okay? This is one indicator that everybody can use, one indicator that can teach you how to buy and sell when you're a busy person or you're just kind of accumulating a bag like XRP. You use the daily, guys, use the daily to buy, and now we're going to use the 4-hour to sell, and I'm going to show you. We're going to click the 4-hour, and now when Mohammed has a question, he says, yo, when should I sell my XRP? Notice here, we were running up right here. Thanks for the follow, guys. Thanks for the live. Share the live, guys. And we see this push up on XRP, right? You see how the 4-hour hits this little peak, and it crosses over right here? I'm going to put the price when that crossed over, right? So let me put the price there. So when the 4-hour hit the top and started to come down, it crossed over right here. The price that it crossed over, we'll zoom in on this so that you guys can see. So Muhammad, when this crossed over, the price of XRP was at 78 cents. See? So even if you were holding at that time, here's the peak of that candle, right? See this crossover right here? Crossed over, candle. This is the 4-hour. Laugh my ass out. You need more lines to make sure you are right no matter what happens. Actually, user, if you were an intelligent person, you would have jumped on yesterday, watched the video, and like every smart person, you'd realize that we have these, all these lines have been drawn on a daily and a 4-hour, and these are buy zones. So if you watch the video, then you would see that, right? So here's how it works. So that right there is where you should have sold XRP. You see the crossover right there? That's the crossover. That's where you should sell. So now you're not going to buy back until the 4-hour, which is here, starts to head back up, right? And that will give you an area of a bottom or support or resistance, right? Who is your crypto broker? So crypto broker, guys, this is who we use right here, guys. If you want some VIP, if you want, do a screenshot. That's what we have right there. You can screenshot that right there. This is who we use. Cheapest fees, all the coins, 100 to 200x leverage. You don't need 200x leverage, but you have 100x leverage. But screenshot that real quick. That's going to be for you. That will give you VIP access, cheaper everything, man. Cheaper fees, cheaper. Thanks for the gifts, guys. Thanks for the gifts, guys. That's going to give you cheaper fees. It's going to make sure that you get more money when you make money, which is important because you're earning money. And that's what we use. That has also all the Ethereum coins. So if you guys are buying monkeys, if you guys are buying any coin that like Pepe, there's no gas fees on MEXC. So you don't pay 50% to buy and sell. It's all your profit. Remember that. I can see that message. I can see that message. All right, so that's us right there. So let's get back into the chart real quick. So Mohammed, do you understand? That's a very simple way, guys. If you're using the stochastic RSI, can you explain the 4 hours again? Okay, so the 4 hours are just time frames, right? So this is called Trading View, guys. Trading View. You guys understand this is Trading View. Everybody who knows how to use Trading View, right? Trading View. Yeah, you can save this live, watch it again. I'm going to break this down. I'm going to go on and continue this educational and charts every single day so that you guys can go from this point into the next point and you can learn what you're doing. It's very simple. It's not that hard to do what we do. Okay, Trading View, you have what's called time frames, right? These are the time frames of the chart. These candles, when I'm in a 4 hour candle, that means every candle is 4 hours. When you're in a 2 hour, it's 2 hours. When you're in 3 minute, they're 3 minute candles, right? So they're just the time frames of the day. So this is a 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 hour period of a day where XRP kind of went level for 20 hours, right? And then this is the rest of XRP, right? So this is just time frames. You use a daily chart to find out what XRP is doing, when to buy, the 4 hour when to sell. All right. Yeah, so at this point, XRP should be hodled until full utilization. You're right. I mean, so you're just getting your pullback. So guys, what we're talking about here is how to take profit. Mohammed was asking, where should he take profit? Should have took profit at 81. And now you're at the point where the 4 hour, you guys see the 4 hour right here? The 4 hour is almost at the bottom. So this is where you would rebuy in and you would start to hodl for the next move of XRP, right? MVP, you should buy XRP from MEXC, guys. Here, MVP, buy it from here. Buy it from MEXC. And then when you buy it from MEXC, transfer it to your ledger. Buy it from there. Take a screenshot. And then send it to your ledger. All right, so do you switch between the 4 hour and the daily a few times a day? Now, once the daily is kind of like, the daily moves every 24 hours. So once I see a daily, I don't need to look at a daily for another day, right? Another day or so. So the daily doesn't move for 24 hours because it's a daily candle. A daily is 24 hours. The 4 hour candle is the candle that I kind of look at maybe 3 times in a day because I'm trading for 4 to 8 hours. I'll look at that candle twice in a day. But the lower time frames is where we look. So currently right now the 4 hour is still coming down, and that's where we would be looking to kind of accumulate. Now when this 4 hour starts to go up, that's when we're going to line everything up for XRP to see where the next move goes. So we're not going to know how high XRP is going to go until the 4 hour hits the bottom or starts to go up. It doesn't have to hit the bottom, okay? It needs to go up. Okay? It needs to go up from here, right? So let's get into where we're at right now, which is where we're making money inside the trade. So now we know the 4 hour is waiting to go up. The 3 hour, see, the 3 hour is about to cross, right? So XRP is starting to heat up, see? So earlier we were talking about volume, right? So you can see on Coinbase, you have $3.8 billion in volume in the last 24 hours, right? That's where somebody was asking, like, how come XRP is going down when there's so much volume? Well, you got to realize volume, it doesn't mean that they're buying a lot. So if you guys understand, the average person who holds XRP only holds about $250 worth of XRP. So they're buying $10, $20. There is no money in retail. So there's no money to make the coin go to $1.80 or $3.60, right? So right now the 3 hour is starting to hit its bottom. So now we're looking for the long-term trade, right, where this XRP is settling at its lowest point. So we're getting close to where XRP is what we call a floor or a bottom for a reversal, right? And you can see here on our chart on the 2 hour, we're tracking the coins up, down, up, down. It's staying inside of this channel. And this channel is 72 cents to 71 cents. You see that? This is the channel that it's in. It's in 72.57, 71.35. Now for traders who use high leverage, this is a pretty good channel for us because this is about a 1.5% move here, right? So if you're buying XRP right now and somebody in your friend's family told you to buy XRP, right now would be a good time to start cost average buying, in our opinion, because it has found what we call a level. and the level is a 2% level, right? 72.63 down to 71.39. So anywhere you're buying XRP in this area here is going to be a good time to buy, because this is basically what we call the average price right now, a fair price. So this is a good price if you're a hodler, right? Plus you see here the 2 hour. Notice how the 2 hour is starting to move up here, right? Starting to move up here. So we're starting to see the push up. So now that we're seeing the push up inside the Discord, we're making this video because we are doing longs on it, right? So now that we see the 2 hours starting to go up, we're going to rotate to the 1 hour, because we want the 1 hour to be pushing up too. And we got the 1 hour pushing up. So it looks like we have some upward movement here in XRP. So right now, XRP should be touching a little bit higher areas of 72 before it starts to consolidate. So right now, we're hunting this coin. And if you were buying XRP, you can see right here, it had hit its lower levels, came back up. So 70 cents would have been a great time to buy. And then right here, 71 cents is a great time to buy, but now you're in that zone of right here, and this is the middle area. You're not going to do too bad buying XRP around here. It's about a 2% difference from top to bottom. So if you're a long time holder, that's not big of a deal. If you're looking for it to go to, let's say, $1.40, which would be double your money, right? So it's not a bad area to hit it, depending on what your target is and what you're preferring to buy, right? Or why you're buying XRP. So right now we have a 1 hour pushing up. So we have a long scenario, 30 minute right here. And this is where you have to lower time frames. Okay, now we're working on the 30-minute time frame, okay? The 30-minute time frame shows me that we have some down selling pressure right now. So if you're buying into XRP or any coin, once you find out that the 2 hours going up and it's looking like it's going to start reversing, you then go to the lower time frames, as you can see here, the 30-minute, and you go to the lower time frames to start seeing when the RSI bottoms. When the 30 minutes starts to head back up, that is your buy zone. Yo, what's up, Banger? So Banger tracks XRP, does a lot of trading. So he's looking for XRP to dump. And we're also looking right here for XRP to kind of like pull back a little before it goes up. But it's going to hit certain levels, right? So what are you talking, bro? What are you thinking, man? I think XRP is going to pull back here to at least 71.34. Maybe we can get it down to the middle of this area here, maybe 70.90 before it starts to head back up. But right now, we can see on the 30-minute that we have a pullback. Right, 30-minute. What do you use? Secure V2, Wenny? What is a Red? That's an interesting. How long you've used that, Red? The target for the long, guys, is $1.30 right now. In about 2 weeks from now, I would say the $1.15, $1.20 mark. You've seen about 65 cents. I think that's a little. So I see what you're saying here, because you have you have this area here, right? So this is the main support. So what he's talking about when he says he's talking about going down to 65 cents, right? But that would mean that there's a lot of pullback from the 4 hour, the 3 hour, etc. Now that would be about 67 cents on the pullback. The problem is, no, I don't think you could trade XRP on Webbull, bro. You got to go to MEXC, bro. Got to use MEXC. Masculine Energy. What up, Masculine Energy? Yo, use this right here. Masculine Energy, you hear me? Use this exchange right here. Hold on. I'm going to give you this. Screenshot this, guys. Use this exchange right here. Screenshot that. That's where you want to buy your XRP. That's where you want to trade, guys. I do all my trading on there. Free stuff. Okay, so, and easy to use. And when you sign up, guys, sometimes you need a VPN, but the cheapest prices and you move forward. All right, so let's get back into what we have here. So the pullback that a lot of people are looking for, we have guys on here in TikTok that are saying that they want to pull back to about 67 cents, right? Right now, there's definitely going to be a pullback. You have a 15-minute coming down. You have the 30-minute coming down. And now you would enter on the 3-minute coming down, which we have, right? So we're going to slide over to MEXC. We're going to pull up our XRP. And on this XRP, we're a little bit late to the party, but we're going to slide in here and we're going to grab a short position here just to get the wheels rolling. All right, let's see here. All right, so we're going to grab a short position here. Nothing special. We're going to do about 47 of an $80 bag. So we're doing an $80 bag today, guys. See the wallet here. We're at 85. We're going to run this out, and we're just going to see. Now, what we do is if you want to learn how to trade, there's a different thing you can do. But right now, we're seeing an XRP pullback. I should have got this in a little bit earlier, but we were covering charts. But I want to show you guys what we're seeing right now on the XRP side. So right now, we have a 3-minute that failed to go up on the RSI. You can see down here. But what we're shorting is this. You have a 30-minute coming down, right? And a 15-minute coming down. But this is where I don't see this actually reaching that 65 cent mark, big dog. And the reason why I don't see it reaching the 65 cent is because the 3-hour and the bigger time frames have already started to move in the other direction, right? So maybe this comes down to 71 cents here. Like if we can get a 71 and bounce up, I think that's the long that we're looking for. I don't see this going down to the lowest I could see is probably 70 cents, right? That's 65 cents, bro. Oof, you're talking way down. I know what you're talking about. That's that last master support at 67 cents. That would have to happen over the next, if we don't get any action on XRP for the next what's today, Saturday, right? So are you playing the weekend on that, bro? What are you thinking? Are you what's the best broker in trading crypto? All right, so Dave, the best broker is, use a VPN. Always use a VPN. The best broker, guys, is MEXC. It's the one we use, okay? Cheapest discounts, free airdrops, every single coin you want. I mean, literally everything you can ask for. I'm gonna put it up here. Take a screenshot real quick, guys. We gotta stay on the charts right now, but that's a screenshot for you. Take that screenshot. This is where we trade. Make sure you're getting that screenshot. This is a VIP link, right? This VIP link is going to give you cheaper discounts on trading, lower trading fees, and sometimes zero. Sometimes there's zero fees when you're trading on with our link. All right. So now we gotta where everybody is. Use a VPN because sometimes it depends on the United States what state you're in. They might not let you actually trade or use crypto trading in your area. All right, so let's get back to this trade here. So we have a line here. We should have actually been in this trade over here. You can see here that we have a resistance line. It failed to get there. And then when the 3-minute came up right here, it failed. That's our entry right there, you see. We should have been in this short at 72.64. And we'd already be in a nice little profit here. We're just a little late to this party. But I wanted to get the wheels rolling here a little bit, and there we go. So if we would have gotten this trade properly, right? I want to show my trading group. We would have already be up 100% here. Profits already in the game. We would already be up 100% here if we would have traded this properly. We'd be up 100%. So we trade based on the 3-minute RSI. You can see the 3-minute came up, broke down, and that's where the trade is, right? And we're going to break this trade down, and the entry on this trade, I'm just going to mark it here on the 3-minute. It could have been here as well. This could have been the 3-minute entry here, and you could also have a 3-minute entry here. But either way, as soon as the 15-minute would have been going down in this section, and I'll show you guys right here. Okay. So as you guys can see right here, as soon as the 15-minute bends down right here and it crosses over, that would have put an entry at this level right here. That's your entry point. And then if the 30-minute is headed down on that level too, which is right here. So that is the entry. And the crossover for the 30-minute is right here. So we'll get rid of this. That's our entry point right there. All right, so we'd have been entering off this 15-minute heading down, 30-minute crossing right there, heading down. There you go. Now take a look at the 1 hour. Now the 1 hour starts to head down right here. See the 1 hour? So if you're waiting for all confirmations, this is the area that you would be shorting. And that's what we're looking for right now, is this XRP pullback from this area. So right now we have a 1 hour headed down. We have everything lined up. We do have the 2 hour pushing up a little bit here. So we're going to start to find a level of buying and support. But the 3 hour hasn't finished its cross up, and the 4 hour still coming down on the older time frames. So there's still, think of the bigger time frames as a weight. The 4 hour time frame, right? You see the 4 hour time frame? It's still pulling down, which means XRP can't break out. Eventually it's going to make a high, a high, a high, a high, and it's going to continue to pull down until that finishes, and then we will see an up. But we have to wait for the 4 hour to reverse before we start really thinking about going long, right? So currently, that's where we're at as far as like in this particular moment here, right? So let's break down here while that finishes its play. And what we're looking at here is we had our 15-minute pullback. Our 15 minutes starts to go up here. We see the run. Now the 15 minute starts to come back down again. Now what I wanted to look here was at that particular moment, what was the 30 minute doing, right? Now at this moment here, the 30 minute was at the top, right? This first pullback, we see the 30 minute start to move its way down. The reason why this was more successful is because at this time, the 3 hour had a lot more room to come down, and the 2 hour had a lot more room to come down. So that is why we were successful in this short. But we were playing longs here, which is when the 30 minute starts to rebend up with the 15. And that's where we see this nice little big gain. And now we would wait for the 30 to break back down and the 15 to re-break down in these areas. But after getting those two big pullbacks, we are looking for longs in these areas. So once these start to reset, which was what we're getting here, we can see the 30 minute come down here and it starts to move back up. And that's where we're able to capitalize on this nice little 200% gain right here. And now we're at this point here, right? Now you can see right here, I'm going to move this entry point box here to the 30 right here. And let's take a look at the 15. And you can see right here, the 15 is starting to go up as well. And you're not going to get as much volume as you want because there's no green here. But you do have a 15-minute entry with a green moon entry. And that entry right there was able to get you a 280% gain if you were tracking XRP. Because what we're doing with XRP is we're tracking the ups, because the 2 hours at the bottom, the 4 hours at the bottom. So the longs are going to be more profitable than the shorts in the long term, right? But once everything is headed in the direction that it's supposed to. So this particular short that we're doing today, and I want to take this here and let me take a look at the 1 hour. So we can see here, the 1 hour starts to break down here, right? So this short here, right, very important, is we're trading in the shorts. Once we do the quick pullbacks, right, we get past these two trades here, right? One, right, this is two trades that we got right here. So the first trade is this one right here when the 1 hour is at the bottom. We get the first pullback. We get the second pullback, and then we let the 1 hour push up. Now when the 1 hour gets exhausted, right? So very important, guys, if you're in the Trading Academy, right? Make sure you understand this. When the first push happens and we start to lose volume, right? The 1 hour is coming down, the 2 hours coming down, everything's coming down. Eventually, the 30 and the 15 minute break down right here. And that's where we get our first pullback. Even though the 1 hour is at the bottom, there's no volume from the 1 hour. And then when it starts to push up, we see this little push here and it fights. You don't have to take this trade here, right? Because the 1 hour is pushing up. You would let the 1 hour finish its up all the way up, and then you would be looking for the next short, which would be the 1 hour coming down with the 15 and the 30. The 1 hour, 15 and 30 get you another simple trade right here. And this trade right here brings you another 200 to 300%. So don't get caught up in these little moves here, right? Wait for the 30, the 1 hour, the 30 and the 15 to be trading together for the bigger moves. So right here, the 30 minute, the 1 hour levels out and starts to head back up here. And then we can see right here on this candle, This is the 1 hour breaking down. When the 1 hour starts to break down right here, we then go to our 30-minute, which also breaks down. We go to our 15-minute, which is also breaking down. And this is where we take advantage of the next big trade, which is happening right now. Now we go to our 3-minute, because this is where we are going to buy and sell our positions. We can see right here on our 3-minute, the RSI is at the bottom and it's starting to hit a support at 71.34. Now, we already knew that support was there. We should have set profits to take at 71.40, about that area, before it goes back up so that we can make money. So you can see here, we had a nice little 15% gain in there. All right, it's still fighting its way down. So that would have been the first part of a target. We hit that target, and now we want this target to continue to move down. So it's still got pressure. Go to the 1 minute. 1 minute still coming down. So the next target that we're looking for here is about 70.47 if we can break through here, right? But this is all based on the 15 minutes. So currently the 15 minute is still going down. So we're going to ride the 15 minute, guys, until it bounces up. I use a 100 Lex leverage. I can hear you in Discord. What do you say?
Hey, I have a quick question. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I have a disconnect, a misunderstanding. I don't understand the difference between, how do I know if it's a reset or if it's going bullish on the RSI?
The larger time frames.
Can you?
So that's what I'm saying. The larger time frames are our trend. Right? So the 4 hour heading down is the trend of that's going to be the bearer. Okay? And then within the 4 hour, right, you're going to have all the other candles, right? So right now the 4 hour is still pulling down, right? But it's getting close to the end of pulling down, which means its weight or its leverage to pull down is starting to ease up a little, right? So this is in a pullback situation until the 4 hour reverses up. And you can get a entry into that is basically when the 3 hour starts to push up. So take a look at your 3 hour in XRP.
Okay.
So you can't be, and you got to realize, like, so you have to take your mindset, because you have been trading long, what we call position trades, which is where you're buying a support and resistance. Okay. And in between the support and resistance of a daily candle, there are 24 1 hour candles. And within those 24 1 hour candles, there are 12 trades that go the opposite direction of the trend. Okay? So what you're learning now is where we take advantage of the highest percentages of the bounces or retaps or retraces on the 1 hour time frame, which is in a daily candle. There will be 12 opportunities for a bounce or a retest or support or resistance. Okay? So currently, we are still in a 4 hour downtrend. We haven't reversed yet. Where we know there's a reversal is that when the 2 hour starts to head up. That is going to let us know that we're about to find levels, what we call a channel, right? So we use the 2 hour to find the top of a channel and the bottom of a channel. Because once the 2 hour starts to go up, the 1 hour will push up, and that will be a high. Then when it comes back down, that will be the low, because the 1 hour is creating the channel between the two with the 2 hour. Okay. And once you have that channel, you know the tops and the bottoms. So if you go to the video that we made yesterday, this will be a continuation of that video. The same support and resistance lines are being hit today that we drew yesterday. Okay? And I'll cover that right now for you in this part of the video. All right, so Go to your XRP and follow along with me. All right, so yesterday we drew some support and resistance. We had the support at 67 cents. We had the resistance at 75 cents. And then we had during the 2 hour, which is marked off by these larger candles here, the 2 hour basically started to go up, right? So from the 2 hour headed down, that is a bearish moment until it levels out. So this orange time frame here is the 2 hour. So this is the orange box. This is the 4 hour. The 4 hour starts to go down here. The 2 hour starts to go down here. And that is the trend that we have. And then that depicts inside that area the downward. So we can see here that we had one big pull down on the 2 hour. It went back up. So just because the 4 hour and everything is bearish doesn't mean there's not going to be a bunch of people that put their support lines. So you guys have to understand you're dealing with retail investors, people who don't understand how to trade. So they're putting a bunch of buy signals at certain areas, or if there's a big dump, people will come in and be like, oh, a big dump, and they'll buy up that dip. And then the people who didn't sell on that original push, who felt like, oh, there was a big dump, why didn't I sell my XRP? And then the next push happens, guess what they do? They sell. Because they feel like they didn't take profits the first time, and that causes another pullback. And then in between there, you have where it goes up and down between a channel, right? So there was a channel between 76 cents and 80 cents, which I was live trading during that time, where it just kept going between that level, and it finally topped up to 81 cents again. And then everybody took profits because they just figured that 81 cents was the top, and that dumped it all the way down to its lower 67 cents support zone. Once it hit the support zone, you had professional traders who put their buys, right? There's a guy, the banger's inside my chat right now inside of TikTok. He's looking for it to go back down and retest the 67 cent area to then go on a run. Because professional traders, they don't buy like retail in between these lines. They're putting big orders on supports and resistance areas because they know that eventually there's not enough money for retail to push it through, that eventually they will have paper hands, they will sell to support, and then 90% of good traders all have their money sitting at 67 cents. So they're not buying right now. They're letting retail go in and out and take themselves apart, and then eventually they'll get exhausted because they end up with no money. And then the professional traders, once that's done, every time there's a peak, they will sell, they will sell, they will sell until you get beat up enough that you run out of money. And then eventually at that point, it has a top level, which is what we're seeing now. And then it will fall down to the support area. And that's where all the money they just made off the retail investors from selling every pop or every top, they will take all that liquidity and they will buy it 67 cents. And they will drive it back up to 80 plus cents, right? But that's the difference, right? They're just taking your money right now for liquidity because retail's buying in a terrible spot, and every time it pushes, they sell, and then they buy more, and they sell, and they buy more. It's like a boxing match, right? They punch you in the face, you throw some jabs and miss, and then they hit you with another jab, and you try to fight back, and you miss, and they hit you with another jab, and eventually you're tired. And then when you get tired, the price plummets like we're seeing right now. And then we get to the point where we find a support, which right now is 70. We're looking for a support area about 70.48. And that will be where it either holds that support and traders are saying that that's a fair value price, which most traders are going to be like, there's no money in the market. And that's where a lot of professional traders right now are thinking, we're going to wait until it hits 67 cents, 68. So that's kind of like the target here. So that's where we're at right now, the final, push. And if you look at the chart, you can see that retail is exhausted because retail has only been able to go from 70 cents to 72 cents over since July 14th. So this last 24 hours, this coin has gone from 70 cents to 72 cents, down to 71 to 72, 71, 72, 72, 71. And then from 72, it finally got exhausted, which is where we were yesterday. And it dumped down to 70. Then it rallied because everyone's like, all right, this is the support zone, because you can see there's a support zone at 70 cents. So all the retail investors who aren't greedy enough, who are scared not to make money, right? People are scared not to be in a trade. So they put all their buys at the 70-cent mark. And this is also where a lot of guys like me who are trading the trend, we see the support line and we see that it hit it 3 times. So we buy because we know retail investors are going to invest here and they're going to push it up to at least 72 cents. So this is where we do high leverage trades, right? And that high leverage trade area, this is where we make our money. And this is what you're learning in the Discord, okay? We're learning to grab the bottom of this little bounce and then ride it to the next support. We make 250% gains and then we sell. And now we're shorting it because we're shorting it back down to 70.45. Like that's the goal here, to get this down to 70.45, which will probably happen because the 15-minute is still pulling down. But the target is 70.45 or 70.50. And as soon as it hits that, we will look to see if we can go long back up to 72 and then short it back down, because we have this what we call a channel right now. So right now the profits are 70.57, which I will go to my MEXC and I will put in I'm up 42% here. So I will put a target of 70, 50 or 70, 60. I won't be greedy, right? And I'll put a target in there and I'm going to sell 50% of my short at that level. So if there's a wick, it'll grab that profit for me. And right here, because I am up 40% here, right? And I'm going to look at my 15-minute. And we're going to take a look here and see if the 15-minute is still got room to go. So we still have a little more push. The 30-minute is, still at the top, so that's still going to push. So, and we're about to get a red moon on the 30. So the fact that we could get to 70.45 is a really, really, really big possibility here. Even though we're seeing a little pump here, these are just retail investors buying the pump at 71.30 because they're inexperienced and they're about to get wrecked. So right here, if you're buying a short here, we would be getting more as this 5-minute starts to push up, or the 3-minute. When that 3-minute gets to the top, this is where we would normally. So how we take profits is, right? Okay. So here's your 3-minute, right? See the 3-minute starts to show up here, starts to go up. This is where we would take profits at 70.93, 70.90, 78 area. So I should have took 75% profits here. So if I was paying attention, the 3-minute RSI starts to go up. I take profits here, and now I would have 75% of my profits compounding. And as soon as this 3-minute rejects off of a 71.80 area, then I would buy back my short, and then I would make this huge move to the downside. Okay, that's the proper way. So this is why we talk about taking profits at that 3%. That see the 3-minute RSI, You see how the volume on the QQE there started bending up?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So as soon as that big fall happens there, because look at the 3-minute RSI. Look how long it's been on the floor, right? So we know that eventually, when it has that big push down, we have to take profits. And now you can see how it's bending down south right there. So I would have took profits right there at that bottom area, somewhere around 70, 80, 70 cents, 70, 80 on there. And then now I would have 75% profits. And now I'm sitting back. And as soon as this 3-minute gets to the top, I'm going to start buying in with that 70% profits. And so when the next dump happens, I will take advantage of literally 70% more into this coin. Big Jeremy, baby. And guys, make sure when you join the Discord, guys, there are a lot of scammers in there. They will send you a message as soon as you join the Discord. They are not the admin. Go to the welcome folder and make sure that you read the welcome folder and send a message to the real admin. Do not send money in Discord. Right? Do not send money on Discord until you talk to the real admin. And this is for every Discord out there. Guys, if you go to any Discord, scammers, people who aren't the real people, fake accounts will send you messages right away, and they will pretend to be the admins of the accounts. So make sure that you guys are making sure that you're checking the Discord for alerts. Look at folders where you can't talk or chat, where you can't write a message. Find the person who's writing the messages and send them a message about how to join. So that way you are getting in contact with the real people of the Discord, because fake accounts can't write in those read-only accounts, right? It's not hard to understand how to not run into fake accounts on Discord. Okay, so you see this pullback over this little push we're getting? This is where we'd want to put more money in this, right? So we had a 50% gain. We're down to 16 because I didn't take my 75% profits, but that's okay. But we're going to see this little push here, and this is where we'd want to put more money in on this trade when the 3-minute exhausts here, so that we can see that next pullback down and where we're shorting for the 70-60 line, right? But this is why it's important when you guys are trading, you're taking your 3-minute time frames on your RSIs, and you take those profits when the 3-minute bottoms out, especially with the QQE, that big dip that came in there. You set that up and you take those profits, and then you reinsert them on the next push up of the 3-minute, right? So far we're still in a good position, because at the end of the day, the 5-minute is coming down still here a little bit, and what we're really trading on is the 15-minute. So the 15-minute is still coming down. The 30-minute is still coming down, and it's about to get a red moon here, and we should get the target that we want. And then the 1 hour is crossing over, so we're starting to find these levels of support and resistance. So going back to what I was telling you, is that when you trade longer positions, once the 2-hour RSI, right? So let's walk that through. So when the 2-hour RSI, which is going to be this yellow here, started to go in a different direction, right? So first of all, you have your 4-hour RSI, which is still going down, and that's marked. Your 2-hour RSI, get rid of that area, delete. Okay, your 2-hour RSI, which is your orange, and you can tell right here your 2-hour RSI hit bottom right about there, right? So your 4 hours still going down, your 2-hour ended right there. When the 2-hour ends, okay, which is way back in here, this is where you start to set up on your 3-minute and 15-minute time frames of what we call supports and resistance, okay? So you'll see this on the video. So go to your 2-hour RSI. You hear me, Junior, what platform is this? Sorry, guys. So Junior,
Yes, I hear you.
okay. So go to your 2-hour RSI, and I want you to create a box, a triangle. Do you know how to make a triangle, like a square, a rectangle? The rectangle's on the left side. It's the tool, right, that is under like brushes and highlighter. So click on that little arrow, and you'll see a little thing that says rectangle. Okay, take a rectangle and draw it from when the 2-hour RSI started to go down, and then end it, pull it to the side to where the 2 hours starts to go back up. Okay. The platform, guys, that we're using is a free platform. You don't have to pay for TradingView. So if they ask you to sign up and pay for TradingView, don't pay. Do the free version, right? Because you guys don't need, more than 3 indicators to be successful. We use 3 indicators to do all our trading, and we have some master indicators that we have in our Discord that combined a bunch of indicators, which I don't use them right here in front of you guys because I can turn it on, but my indicators are a little bit different here, and they have a bunch of trends and colors, and it makes it all real easy for me to make money. But that's on my Discord, so I don't show you that. What I teach you guys on TikTok is how to do it for free, how to use free versions, and then if you guys want to join a Discord and advance and do something bigger and make more money, then you can come to the Discord and learn. But right now what I want to show you guys is how to use 3 indicators very easily and to make money on this section here. Actually, let me get that up here. All right, so did you make that triangle? So the triangle right? And make it a color like orange or something. So I have my triangle set up here for the 2 hour starting to go down and then when it starts to go up, okay? Inside that time frame, okay, you will have the top of the coin, which hit about 80. Let's take a look here. So at that time, XRP hit at 83 cents. And then at the end of the 2 hour, when it actually started to go up, it had a low of 67 cents. Okay, do you see that? So within that 2 hour,
Yes.
okay, so that is our channel. Okay, that is the high and that is the low. Okay, and now that the 2 hour is starting to go the other way, right? This is where we are starting to see. All right, let's go. Let's get this money starting to reverse again. All right, I got to make sure I take profits here. All right, so now that you have that 2 hour set up, now moving from there, you can set your support or resistance at the top of the 2 hour push. And then when it started to go down, as high as XRP was at that time, any time inside that time frame, you put a line there and say, okay, this is the high area, right? And you can go a couple candles past that and kind of like get the high zone of it, right? And say, okay, this is the high area. And you'll see inside the 2 hour, right? If you look, I like to use the highest candle that it hit. And then inside the 2 hour, you can see the highest candle in the 2 hour was about 83.35, okay? And we put that support line across the board right there. Now, at the end of the 2 hour, when it started to go back up, that's the floor, right? That's the area of support, which we found was to be about 67.46. Okay, so now that we got that set up, past the 2 hour, while we're waiting for the 3 hour and the 4 hour to become bullish again, right? Because the 4 hour is still heading down. So until the 4 hour starts to go up, this is a bearish trend, okay? Bearish trend, okay? Now, once the 3 hour starts to hit the floor, then that's where the pull of the 4 hour is half as strong. So the shorts will be half as short. They won't be as strong because they have the 3 hours now finished pulling down, so we don't have that extra weight pulling on the coin. Now we only have the 4 hour, right? Plus the 2 hours pushing up, which is fighting the 4 hour. But this is where we find the beginning of support and resistance. So if you go, you're going to see during the 2 hour, you're going to see the very first move, right? And this is where you use the 1 hour to get yourself an ideal of the push, right? So now go to your 1 hour. Let me check real quick. Okay, so here we can see the 15-minute right here starting to bend up. This is a sign that we're losing a little momentum on our short here, right? And that's where we're going to see that push there. So we didn't get the target that we wanted because we are starting to swing in an upward area, but we should have set our targets a little better. So here, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get out of this trade because I'm not really paying attention to it. But we should have been taking profits on this. It was a nice little 50% profits that we could have made. We were paying attention. Let's see here. All right. All right, so I'm just going to get out of here because I'm not going to trade while we're teaching. All right, so now that we have that 2 hour set up, okay, now we can see we go to our 1 hour, right? And on the 1 hour, we're going to get to an area of where we're going to see support and resistance, right? So the first 1 hour, you can see on your RSI, the 1 hour starts up when the 2 hour is done, and it goes all the way up, and when it finishes and starts to head down, it reaches a peak, right? So if you open those candles up, and I'm just using the RSI. Here's my 2 hour end, right? Starts to go up. You can see right here is my 2 hour end, starts to go up. And at this point, I can see on my 1 hour RSI, it reaches the top point of 72.59. So that is the first sign of resistance. and then the 1 hour comes down. It travels across that line the entire time, right? You see that, A?
Yes, I'm paying attention.
Okay. So,
I'm just,
yeah, follow, but I want you to do this. So you see your triangle on your 2 hour. You put it on the beginning of the 2 hour coming down. You then put it on the 2 hour. You ended it when the 2 hours started going up, right? That is going to give you
right.
the top of a support area, like how high it went in the 2 hour, right? And we can see in here, like there's a top of a 2 hour and there's a bottom of a 2 hour, right? So that's the first two support and resistance lines that you want to look at, right? So guys, if you yo, what up, Aaron? What up, baby? So guys, if you're on TikTok and you want to learn some trading, go into TradingView right now on your computer while you're watching this. So you can set support and resistance lines. So these first two lines are the top of our 2 hour top, and this is the bottom of our 2 hour RSI, right? So the top of the 2SR, so the 2 hour gives us the top and the 2 hour gives us the bottom. So the top of the 2 hour and now the bottom of the 2 hour. As you can see, we have resistance here. So the top and the bottom, that is the price of the coin in that area. Okay, guys, don't forget, share the live, guys. Let's get some people in here. We're going to do some tutorials on trading on TikTok for you guys so that you can know when to buy and sell. That way, if you're a hodler, you make more money. If you want to learn how to trade, you can get some basics underneath it. Very simple, guys. Very easy to get. And while we're here, give me 1 second here. I'm going to give you another account here that I'm a message here that you guys should follow. It's the backup account because I will be using multiple accounts when I trade, and it's just VC Crypto Nation here. So follow that account. Follow me. Follow me. Yo. Right. So follow that account right there. That's where I'll be going live on the other accounts as well. So make sure you're following both accounts. All right, so here, let's get into this because we have a bounce here. So I don't want to miss too much of this while we're messing around. All right, so first thing you guys want to do is let's set up our 2 hour. You got that set up, A?
Yeah, quick question. Okay, I'm just trying to understand. Okay, on the 2 hour, when we make our resistance line, we go to the candle that says the highest.
Right.
We make our first resistance line there.
Right.
And then for the lower support level, whatever candle is at the lowest, we make our support line there, right?
Correct.
Gotcha.
And it could be the wicks, right? So the first wick, like you see where the 2 hours starts to go down, right? There's an area of that wick right on that level. It's 83.19, right? You see that?
Yes, that's it.
Okay. Now on the 2 hour, on the other candle on the other end, when it finishes its move down, right? It has an area of a wick that is at 66.49, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that? Do you see that one candle, that last candle that hit that mark?
Yes, that's it.
Okay. So now we have a bottom of 66.64. We have a top. Let me just make sure we're in on that top there. That top is set up at 83.83, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's our top and that's our bottom of our channel. Okay. So now we have the highest high that we've seen during a 2 hour push, and we have the lowest low that we have on the 2 hour down. Okay. Now we move past that mark, and now starting from where the 2 hour hits the bottom, now moving forward from that mark, we are going to use the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so go to your 1 hour. And guys, if you're new to TradingView, your time frames are right here. So go to your 1 hour, click it, and you're going to click on the 1 hour time frame. Okay. So we're going to use the 1 hour from this point. So this is the 2 hour going down. That's the top. That's the bottom. And now moving to the next level, for the 2 hour to go back up, we're going to mark the areas of support and resistance with the 1 hour. Okay. So are you on the 1 hour now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so now tell me when the 1 hour comes in, you see where the 1 hour bottomed out, where the 2 hour bottomed out? You see there the 1 hour starts to go up when the 2 hour bottoms? Do you see the RSI? Do you see where that's happening?
Yeah, my 2 hours down.
Right.
And I go back to my 1 hour.
Now go to your 1 hour. You should have that triangle drawn. So there should be a line that's showing you the end of the 2 hour.
Yeah, it's at 0.70 cents.
Okay. When the 1 hour starts to go up, right? You see that?
Okay.
So when the 1 hour starts to go up, we're now going to see when the 1 hour stops going up and it hits the top where the highs are for that level. So look where the RSI on the 1 hour gets to the top.
It's at my red line is at 75. So it is at the top.
What's it say?
75. Well, 74.96. My red line and my green one is at 66.
No. When the 1 hour, okay, there's the two lines, right? What color are yours?
Okay. My box is orange. I think I may have done it wrong. I'm not sure because it looked kind of long. But
So
what I did was
when it's going up,
I'm not sure.
okay, you see the 1 hour going up? You see the one? Okay,
yes.
There's two lines on the RSI going up, right?
Right.
When it gets close to the top, what line is above the other line?
My orange line my green line is above my red line is above the green because my green is starting to come down.
No. Okay, so listen to what I'm saying. On its way up, before it gets to the top, so somewhere in the halfway mark, what line is above the other line? What color is the line?
I'm lost.
Okay, there's two. The RSI has two color lines. What color are your lines?
Red and my orange. I mean, my red and
Right. All I'm doing right now is making sure you have your color right. So when it starts to go up and it crosses to the top, to the north, what line is on top?
My red one.
That's wrong.
Okay, it's the green.
Well, you need to make your colors right. So if it starts to cross over and starts to go up, the line that
I see, yeah. Because my green one is hitting my 93.
Yeah, but first thing you want to do is make sure you have your colors right. Don't worry about the line. Don't worry about the levels. What you have to do is make sure the colors are right. So when it goes north and goes up, the green line should be above the red line.
It is. It's touching my resistance line.
Okay.
Twice.
But when it starts to go up, the green line is above the red.
Right.
Okay, so you have your colors right.
Yes,
okay.
I do.
When the green gets to the very top, okay? When it hits the top, see where the green hits the top?
I see it, yes.
Go straight up to the candle. What is the price of that candle?
For my first one, when it hits the top, it's red. It's a hammer candle.
Mm-hmm.
My high is 0.72 and my low is
Well, it has a number.
0.71
It's
cents.
72.62.
Okay.
Now, slide to your right and put a line, draw a line with the plus sign, put a line there. That is the top of the buying channel. That's the first 1 hour resistance. 72, right, on the hammer candle, 72.65 is the first resistance line. Okay?
Okay.
Now,
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I think I was looking too far back.
okay, there's your resistance line. Now, the 1 hour then goes down from there. Okay? So when
All
the
right.
green line goes down, okay, and it starts to go sideways before it starts to head back up. You see that one candle with that really long wick?
Yes.
Okay. And then the next candle has a higher low.
Uh,
See, because that's
my
see that. Look at your one. Now, just look at the 1 hour RSI. Do you see where it bends sideways?
yes.
Okay. That prior to that, there's a candle that has a lower wick, and then where it bends sideways, there's another candle, and the wick is a little bit higher. You see that?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is the bottom of the 1 hour. So move that line, right, down to that lower wick, okay? And tell me the price of that lower wick.
70 cents. 70.75.
It should be 70.15.
Okay.
Do you see that?
Yeah, I'm looking at it on your screen now.
Yeah, right here.
And BC, which crypto y'all looking at?
XRP, big dog.
Oh,
So you see where the 1 hour starts to go down, right? As
Yeah.
it's going down, right? There's the first little red candle. The second red candle comes in and has a very long wick. That wick touches 70.18. Okay?
Okay. I'm looking at that.
Yeah. That's the bottom of your 1 hour channel. Okay? Now, if you go back up to your top of your 1 hour, you look at all the wicks that come across, and you're going to find the average top, right? So this wick's higher, this wick's higher, this wick hits it, this wick hits it, this wick hits it. So you see how you find the middle average of those wicks. And that's going to end up being 72.89. Okay?
Okay.
So now what we have here is a channel that XRP is currently trading in or going sideways.
Right. Because it's consolidating. What do you mean sideways? But,
Right.
okay.
Exactly. So
That's
now,
the average number then.
okay, well now you have your top of where it's showing resistance, and now you have a support area, okay? Now,
Right.
while we're waiting for this to happen, now we don't know if XRP is going to break out, and we don't know if XRP is going to dump. We are in the middle of a 2 hour move to the north, which is we're starting to see the reversal, right? But the reversal doesn't happen until the 4 hour starts to go up, okay? Now, when the 4 hour starts to go up with the 2 hour, with the 1 hour, when those all finish their rally, right? And then start this pattern again. So remember where we marked where the 2 hour started going down? Remember at the beginning of this?
Yes.
Okay. If you look at that same mark, go to your 4 hour, it's exactly when the 4 hour is starting to go down. Okay? Same price. Okay? So right now the trend is still bearish. Now when the trend reverses, which will be when the 4 hour starts to go north and the 2 hour is already north and the 3 hour is going north, now when all the indicators, the 4, the 3, the 2, the 1, the 30, and the 15 are all going up, we are going to enter longs and play the very high percentage. Now, we don't know how high that's going to go. But when the 4 hour or when the 2 hour gets to the top and when it starts to go back down, right? When it starts to reverse again, just like we just saw, that will be the beginning of the bearish trend happening again, right? So right now we're at the end of the bearish trend. We're waiting for it to become a bullish trend. Now we don't know how far the bullish trend is going to go up, but we definitely know it's going to push up versus down. And at the end of that bullish move, which is coming in the next 12 hours, 12 to 24 hours, at the end of that 24 hours, we will have a new area of resistance and support. You understand? When it moves up, we're going to find the next high, right? We don't know where it's going to be. We have some areas of, interest, right? That it could get to maybe 78 cents, right? Maybe it moves back up to the next support of 83 cents. We don't know. But when it moves back up, we're going to find a new high. And then when the 2 hour starts to go back down, right? We will be able to look back at our last 2 hour going down and we will see the last 2 hour high and we will see the last 2 hour low because we just marked that. You get it? And that will let us know where we can target the next move. Okay? Right now, what you just did was you target the 1 hour consolidation level. Right? So now if during this time frame, if the 2 hour starts to go up and the 4 hour starts to go up and XRP doesn't break the next level of 75 cents, well, that just lets you know that it's very weak. And the next time the 2 hour starts to go down, we're probably going to dump even further. Get it? Mm-hmm. So now you're going to learn the next level of this is strength of the coin, right?
Right.
Why you got him pinned down like that, baby? He's sleeping. You gonna put a fake gun to him? He doesn't want to wake up like that. Eat a biter. Biter. Messing with the dog. You want to wake up with a fake gun in your face? Biter.
It's imaginary.
Imagine. How you gonna put an imaginary gun to your therapist? It's not allowed. All right. Okay, so what you just did here, okay? I just bought 10K. Damn, Brendan! Brendan, I wouldn't have bought 10K right now, but it's not a bad position, right? It's not a bad spot to buy 10K because you're in a consolidation move. But whatever it happens in the next move, I would definitely be taking some profit there. All right, so to break down what we just did, guys, this is how you set up your support and resistance lines for the moves that are currently happening. You start with the 2 hour on its way down. You find your 4 hour on its way down. These happen to be at the same price. That is 84.37. That's that area right here. You find the bottom of the 2 hour when it starts to bend. You mark that as the bottom of the move, which is 64, 67.04, something like that, right? That's the bottom of the trend. And now we are tracking the new consolidation trend until the 4 hour starts to go up, okay? So right now, we have the 2 hour headed up. This is the end of the bearish trend so far, but we still have the 4 hour needs to hit the reversal. This isn't the reversal yet. This is the time that once the 2 hour starts to head up, this is where you start to find the consolidation level of the coin, which is like your buy areas, right? Once the 4 hour, which is the next level. So what you just did, was you took the top of the 2 hour and the bottom of the 2 hour, right? And I'm going to change those colors here. And what you did was you created basically the zone for you to realize where your supports and resistance are, right? Let me change the color. We're going to make them yellow. Okay. And what that does for you is now you know the high and the low of the possible XRP move, okay?
Right.
Now, the reversal of the 2 hour, which is the beginning of the reversal where it starts to head the other direction, is now you're tracking the entry points for when the 4 hour starts to head up, right? So far we know that a good buy zone. So take a look at the two lines that you just made on the 1 hour, the top and the bottom of the 1 hour. So if you were looking at that channel, right, the bottom of that 1 hour and that 2 hour, right, or just the 1 hour, the top of the 1 hour and the bottom of the 1 hour. So if you were looking at that chart, right, and you were like, okay, what is the best time to buy XRP based on the 1 hour?
Mm, 71. I think 70, 10. That's what mine says.
Yeah, that's the bottom. Okay?
Right.
So that's where
Yeah,
people
70,
who
10.
70-10. So that's a good area to start thinking of longs, right? So right now, if you're a long position player, you're putting your buy zones at that lower level of that 1 hour at 70-10, right? That's your buy zone.
Right.
Because you're waiting for the 4 hour to start to head back up. And then your targets would be those next levels, which would be 75.26, 78.74, and the top of the channel 83.84. Those are the three levels of where you want this to go. So now that we have this 1 hour channel that we have, right? Now as a trader, like what we do is we spot trade and we do scalping, right? So what we would do here to minimize this channel that you just created, okay, to find out where we can make money in this channel, right? We know right now that anytime this coin gets up to 72.87 or 72.50 and above, when the 1 hour gets exhausted, we can buy in that area to take a short to go down. And when it hits the lower area of this area and the 1 hour starts to go up, we have this channel right now that we can see that that's the profitable area, right? So right now, you could be looking to do longs on XRP if you can get lower channels, right? So now what I want you to do is go over to your tools, right? And underneath your, or above your triangle is your, or actually below it, you're gonna go over to your long position, right? You know how to get that little chart, the little long position chart?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
So you get your long position, and all I'm going to do here is take a look at the bottom of this 1 hour, okay? And I'm going to scroll it up to the top of the 1 hour. And what I'm looking at is I want to know if this is a profitable area for me to trade, right? So I want a 3% area that I can trade in. So that way, if it only does 1/3 of what I want it to do, it's a 1% move, which means I make what? What do we do? 100x, right? So if it moves 1%, we make
Right.
100%, right?
Now, I'm sorry, I have a quick question in between this. Now, in the video, the way that you do it, as far as using this, I'm new to using this too, by the way, so I've never used it before. But anyways, in the video, you use the actual candle and you level it out, the entry point of that candle. But now you're using the support and resistance line, the middle area, to do your profit taking. So my question is, which method should I do?
Oh,
Should I
that,
do it
where,
like
so
this, or should I just
so here's what you have to do. So what you're learning is the beginning of how to find supports and resistance. And then we're going to get to that next part. Okay? So right now, what we're doing is we're finding an area for us to make money in. So we haven't done any trading yet. We're finding the area that we can work in. So you're gonna find out how I trade the same. I trade the same way that you already see in the videos. Right now, I'm just mapping out an area that would make sense for me to care. right? Because if this coin is in the middle of a up and down area that only has a 1% move on the 1 hour, then that's not the coin I want to trade. Because I need a 3% area that I can work in. Okay? So now that we have these support and resistance, because a lot of people overthink support and resistance in areas of how to buy and sell, right? So this is a tutorial on how to find areas to buy and sell, right? And then once we get these areas in here, then we're going to go to where we teach, which is how to use high leverage to make money inside these areas. Okay? So this is kind of like, taking people like you who used to do long position trades and show you how to make money inside the position trade.
Right.
So this is step one of that. Yeah. So that's why we're just going over the basics here so that you have a foundation to trade in, okay? So now, take your tool. We see that we have a 3.83% area to trade in, right? And I'm going to text that out. And I'm going to say here 3.83% area. And that's just going to remind me that those between these two lines, right, now I can get rid of this, that between these two lines, I have an area between these two lines here that will allow me, and I'll make this text a little bit bigger. I'll make that about 28 so I can find it. Now what that's going to let me know is that in between this area here, and I'm just going to stick it right in that middle, in between these two lines, I have a 3.83 area that I can make money. I only need a 1% to make money because I only need 0.5% to make money to make 50% profits, okay? So now that we have this area mapped out and everything's set up the way we want it, I can move this down here. Now I can move to the next part, which is how we trade, okay? So now we have support, we have resistance, and now we're waiting for the channels to do what they do, right? So now, we know that we are in a downward trend right now because the 1 hour is coming down. So we don't want to trade along. And our 30-minute is starting to bend up here. So we can tell that this is going to start finding some support in this area. So far we have a low of 70.74. And then where it's currently at, it's 71.56, right? So I'm going to take a quick peek at that and just see what the percentage is on that move, right? I just want to know where the money is, right? So if I was trading this particular move here from this level to the next level, it's a 1% move. So I can make money in this little reversal here. So now what I'm looking at is if XRP reverses here into a long position from this area and it goes up to an area of 17,234, right? I'm going to mark a little bit of line in between here just so I have a reminder. And what I'm doing here is I'm just marking an area based off of the coin that I'm currently looking at, the price that I'm looking at. And I'm seeing that that's a 1% move, right? So I'm going to make two little lines here so that I know that if the coin trades from its current price up to that price, there's 100% gains in there. So now that I have that marked, now I'm going to start looking for an entry to get this move here, right? I'm not expecting it to go back up to the top of that channel, which I could execute and make money on. I'm just trying to find an area for me to enter to take advantage of this pullback, right? Because what I'm seeing right here is the 30-minute is starting to bend. You see that?
Okay.
So now I go to the 15-minute because we're going to trade when the 15-minute bottoms. You see how the 15-minute bounced right there?
Yes.
Right. So go to your 15-minute. Look at that one long candle that hit. That's where the 15 minutes started to bend. And that is where we would have took profit at about 71.24. Remember earlier I was talking about that? I missed my profit. Okay, so now it's bouncing a little bit here, right? And now it's starting to, regain its little area. But we can see it's losing momentum there, right? You see the candles? See the 15-minute candles are getting smaller? So it's starting to lose momentum, which means this could basically, the 15-minute could bend and start to head downward. So now what I'm going to do is take a percent here. Right, I'm going to move my profit taker to a 1% area, and I'm going to mark the top of this entry, right? And then I'm going to put one more line here, and now I have 3 lines. And these 3 lines represent a long and a short from the current position that make me 100% profit either way, right? So now that I have that area kind of marked out, I can work within these two support and resistance areas. I have this middle area that anytime the coin goes from there to the next one, I make 100%. If it goes from where it's currently at down, I make 100%. Got it?
Right. So, I mean, would it be okay to say for a rule of thumb, the 1 hour, we want a 3% area, with, of course, support and resistance. And then the 30-minute, we want a 1% profit area.
Well, don't overthink it. You just want the
I mean,
1
that's
hour. You want the 1 hour to have at least a 3% area. See?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's it.
And we want the 30-minute to have a 1% profit area.
Now the 30-minute is going to move to the 30-minute. You're not going to be able to get a ball point on the 30 because the 30 is going to be reacting to the 1 hour and the 15. So what you need to know is just that the 1 hour has a 3% area of profit for you to work in, which we have. Okay. And now that we have that, now we're going to start doing some work in here. So now we look at our 15. It's starting to move up, but it's showing that it's starting to get weakness here, right? So now that I see that, I go back to my 30 and I realize my 30 is still heading down. So it's still south. My 1 hour is still heading down. So all I really need is for my 15-minute start to head down from this area, right? Which will continue as short. I go to my 5-minute, and as you can see on your 5-minute RSI, look how it already topped and it's starting to head down. You see that?
Right.
Okay, so there's an entry point here at 71.49, right? Now we go to our 3-minute, and your entry was there on your 3-minute. You see how your 3 minutes started bending down? 3 minutes started bending down a little bit higher, 71.63. But right now, we're in this little area of the this is a mini consolidation on the short play, right? So right now it's not really moving enough for us to care. We want it to get to one point or to another so that we can take the longer positions, right? We don't want to trade this smaller area because this trade already happened, right? So look at your 3-minute, okay?
Okay.
Notice how the original short was way back when the 15 minutes. So go to the 15 minute. All right, start there. Go to your 15 minute. Do you see where the 15 minutes started to bend down? Right? Take a trend line, and right when the 15 minutes starts to go down, draw a line between that candle, right? And that candle is the first red candle on the 15 minute. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's where the short started right there. You see? That's the beginning of the short, right? So your entry price, oddly enough, would have been the top of this 1% area. You see that? And then the second level here, which would have been where you would have made 100% profits, is actually the level that it went through, right? Now, this lower level is where we're looking to get into a long position again to push back up here. So this first trade on the 15 minute already happened, right? You see that? There was already 100% gain on that first move down, right? So now mark that one candle with a trend line up. Now go to your 3-minute and see what is happening on that 3-minute, right? So as you can see, if you go back, you can see where the 15 minutes starts to go down. You have a 3-minute RSI, right? See the 3-minute RSI is on the bottom? You see where it's at the bottom there? When it pushes up, right? See how it pushes up? And you see where it goes flat right there? Yeah, it pushes up and you see where it goes flat? That's your entry. So your entry would have been right there when the 3-minute started to go flat. And I'm going to turn this yellow right there. So that's your entry point right there. I'm gonna make that green.
Mm.
That's your entry. So you should have been in this coin at this level here at 72.53. And that short, when this short ran its course, this short gave you a 200% gain. See that? So now that this particular trade is over, right? It already happened. This trade happened, right? Now we're watching the 3-minute bounce, right? You see how the 3-minute hit the bottom and starts to head up? Right there?
Mm-hmm.
That's where you close the trade, right? So this trade would have closed right here on this candle right here. This would have been your close because your 3 minutes starting to head up, right? So this would be your closing of your trade.
Mm.
And that would have been your area of profit, right? That was 200% right there. So this one trade is 200%, okay? And all we were looking for was our 100%, right? So there's our 200% trade. We got a nice little short there. So this trade is over, okay? Now, trade only in this account, message me now. That's not a real account, bro. Guys, listen. You see that VC Nation right there, that VC Crypto right there? That's a fake account. That's not me typing, guys. Trade only in this account, message me now. Block that account, guys. Give me a second here, guys. My bad. Thank you, though. That guy has more followers than me.
Wow.
And look at his thing. He has profiles there. He's like using crypto to bet. He's copied everything. He even has my websites up. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, I blocked that guy. That guy's not real. That guy's not real, guys. Don't follow that account there. Block that account, guys. Guys, if you followed that VC, you can see in the name it's misspelled. Right? You can see in the name as you look at it, it's VCC. He has 3 C's in Crypto Nation. Thanks, guys. I didn't see that guy in there, but thanks, guys, for pointing that out. My bad. I'm looking at charts. Block that out, guys. All right, so here, this is the real one. Give me 1 second. Okay, this is real right here. Another one. All right, this is real, right? VC Crypto Nation 02. And just look at the name, the way it's spelled, guys. All right, just look at the way it's spelled. Check spelling. Make sure you check spelling, guys. He had too many C's in his Crypto Nation. All right. Exciting, though. Exciting. Okay. So now we have our 200% here, right? That's it. And so we already have that first trade that we want. What's the win rate and the percentages? I mean, if you're doing the way... I mean, honestly, if you follow the indicators and you do the system, the win rate is, I mean, 98%. We have a 98% win rate. Now, so you see you see how that first trade is over?
Oh yeah. I mean, this is crazy. Like, just being able to make these type of profits in a short time. I'm still kind of bamboozled about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I came across you. It's definitely a blessing.
Yeah, so it's just, and then look here. See how the 3 minutes starting to bend up here? So we're starting to see this little area where it's starting to gain strength, right? You see how it's starting to fight this little level here?
Mm-hmm.
So now for us, remember we're playing within this, this top and this bottom range, right? But within that top and bottom, you have all these areas. This first trade already happened. So we can't get into another trade until we get to a support and resistance area that actually works for us, right? And that is where we use our indicators, right? You see the 15 minute? You see how it's starting to break down there, right? So when the 15 minute finally gets back to its bottom and then starts back up, and we have the 30 minute heading back up, and we have the 1 hour, headed back up, then we can go for a long position at that point. You see what I'm saying? But currently, we don't want to take any risk here because the indicators are fighting themselves. Okay? So now that the indicators are in the middle of fighting themselves, we already made 200% profit. Thank you, baby. Love you. And so we're not going to fight this area right now because it's not worth it. We already made 200%. We're not here to take risky trades. We're here to take trades that make money, right? So right now, the 15 minute and the 1 hour they're all already through their process. You see how the 15 minute came down and started to head up, but it started to head up with the 30 minute still going down, which is against, you never trade against the 15 and the 30. They're trading against each other right now, so we wait. The 45 is still heading down, so we wait. The 1 hour is still heading down, right? So you want 4 confirmations. You want a 1 hour, a 30, a 15, and a 3 all going in the same direction. But until that happens, we don't make any trades, right? Which is okay.
Now, what about the 15, though? Did you say that?
Yeah. The 1 hour, the 30, the 15, and the 3.
Okay.
So right now, it's okay not to trade, guys. It's okay not to trade because you're not losing any money. You want to trade the best trades possible to make the most money. So we already know by the 1 hour that the best trade possible is when XRP gets to 72.80, and then the 15 minute and the 30 start to head down because then we're looking for the bottom of 70.18. So we have this whole area that we can make money in, right? And then we have this middle area that we just looked at the 15 minute, right? We just saw where the 15 trade happens up from the top to the bottom, right? You see that? So now we have this secondary area, and inside this area we have a 200% area, right? So we already know that this area right here on the 15, from this red to the bottom of this red, that's a 200% area. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
So now we have these two areas mapped out. We are not going to trade on the smaller area because that's more risk, less reward. So we have a area here, the bigger area, right, that we have, which is mapped out earlier, and we have a 3.38%. So basically what this is it's a 383% area from top to bottom. And inside this red zone, we have a 200% area, right? So now we wait for our indicators to max out in one direction or another, and then we trade within these areas. You guys understand? That makes sense, eh?
A little bit. I'm still grasping what's going on. I'm gonna definitely have to watch this video again, but it does make sense. But it's.
So I'm posting right now, guys. This is the second account. So that's the only other account right there you need to follow. VC Crypto Nation 2. Block any other VC Nation. This is the only second account, guys. So make sure you follow that other account right there. VC Crypto Nation 2. Joe, we leverage trade on MEXC, guys. So here, you want to take a screenshot of this. This is a VIP link. This will get you the cheapest trading rates. This will get you the airdrops. You actually get airdrops. You have airdrops. You have $1,000. They have bonuses. They have all types of stuff for us, guys. So use this link here at MEXC. You create it with an email. You might have to use a VPN if you're in America in certain states. I'm in Chicago. I don't use it. But this is the code. This is the scan. MEXC. You get every coin. This also has monkeys. This also has Pepe coin, but you don't pay any gas fees. So I don't buy any meme coins if it doesn't have if they have gas fees. But on MEXC, I can get the coins at the lowest prices without gas fees. So that saves me a ton of money. Yeah, Brian, if you didn't sign up originally, just create another email and sign up, make a new account. And you'll get more. 200% equals 2xing your money. Yes, yes, yes. So we use what's called a 100x leverage. And what that means is that every 1% we make 100%, which means we make 100% of our money. So yes, we double our money. Take that screenshot, guys. That'll set you up. That's VIP in there. All right. Okay. So now back to the normal lessons here, right? So now we have this area. Inside this smaller area, we have a 200% gains, which is what we want. In the larger area, we have a possible 383% gain area, right? So these are the areas that we want, guys. So that's it. So until we see these RSIs all line up in the right direction, we just don't make a trade. So currently, since that first trade is already over, right? We already made that 200% here. We can't make any more trades until the 15-minute is completely bottomed and the 30-minute is headed up with the 15 and the 1 hour is headed up with the 15. So far, what you would be waiting for is the 1 hour to start to head up, and that would be your trigger to start looking for your next long position, okay? So currently in XRP, we're already done with the first trade. Now we're just waiting for it to consolidate, and once it makes its decision, right, then we'll go to the next move. But now, if you take a look at your 2 hour, you can see where your 2 hours started to head down. Look at your 2 hour RSI, A.
Okay.
And you see how it started to bend down? It's not pushing up completely. It's still weak. You see that?
Right. I see that. Yes.
So that's where we just made that 200% on that short. You see that? And if you go back a little bit, right before that, it bent down and crossed back down. There was a huge short again. You see that? So this doesn't, now if I'm looking at this as a whole, I'm noticing that, you know, in the beginning of this, you can see where the 2 hour keeps going up and then it keeps getting rejected a little. It's causing really nice shorts for us, which is great. And it's building its foundation. It's consolidating pretty solidly here. And if you look right now at the red and the green line, you can see that the 2 hour looks like it almost wants to cross the red again, which would mean that this would probably give us another short, which is where we're probably going to tap that support line again that we have at 70.92, right? You see that? Because that 2 hour is pushing down. It's not pushing up. Because remember guys, we're not bullish on this trade until the 4 hour starts to go up. And that hasn't happened yet. So right now, we're just waiting on all these RSIs to, you know, finish selling off before we go up. The 2 hour is just starting the foundation work. It's just starting the consolidation area. The 1 hour is just basically, you know, giving us tops and bottoms of the consolidation. But at the end of the day, we still have a 4 hour pullback. So this short could actually continue on here and give us a nice pullback. And that's where we would be looking to get into the XRP once the 15-minute gets back to the top and starts to head back down. If everything looks the same way it does now, then we would look to capitalize on the next 15-minute down, which might be happening right now. All right. That's what we're kind of waiting on. So for me, I don't like to get into middle trades. Like the 15 minutes kind of in the middle, it's in dead man's area. The 30 minute, which is also in dead man's area because it's going flat, which is kind of just letting me know that it's in a bad situation. Now, if the 30 minute was straight down and it was continuing its same path down, then I would short this with the 15 minute bending, because that means it's a continuation of the short. You see that? But the fact that the 30 minute is going sideways, that just lets me know that there's conflicting volume here, and we're just in a consolidation mode. So there's no trade here. And I don't want to push a trade because I already made 200% on this particular trade. So now I have levels that I have set up here. But at the end of the day, you guys are going to see how these levels, right? Because I don't trade with support levels or resistance levels. But I figured I'd start teaching people, how to do them, because a lot of times you come from courses or classes that already that you guys learn support and resistance levels. So I want to show you guys how to do support and resistance levels, and then the indicators. When you see the indicators, they're gonna hit the support and resistance levels. And why I trade off the indicators are very easily because I don't need the support and resistance levels to tell me where we're going, because I use the indicators, right? But it's nice to have the support and resistance areas, so this way you guys can incorporate things that you learn and how other traders trade, so that way you can at least understand where something's going to go, or where you should be buying, or where you should be looking to sell. And this will teach you to accumulate more crypto for less money. So it's an all-around lesson. So that's why I'm on TikTok right now, is teaching basically the all-around lessons for everything, right? So don't forget, share the live, guys. Hit the like buttons here. We got to get to 10,000 likes today. Mike, so what we're using here is TradingView, right? So you don't have to pay for TradingView. You can get a free version of TradingView. Just go to vccryptonation.com, vccryptonation.com. Type that into a browser, vccryptonation.com, or you can go right to my TikTok. There's a link tree right here, right? So right to my live, go to my live. There's a link right there, Linktree. When you click on that link tree, that's going to take you to TradingView. Click on TradingView. Don't sign up for anything that costs money. Just use an email, sign up for free, use a free version, and then delete all the indicators that are on there, and then put the indicators that we have that we're using right here. And we're going to be using the Stochastic RSI. Stochastic RSI. Just type in RSI and Stochastic will show up for you. So that's what I'm showing you guys right now, is how to use one indicator to find support and resistance and buy and sell zones for yourself. No, not overcomplicated, very easy to do, very simple, guys.
Can you do me a favor? I'm sorry, I don't even have you repeat yourself, but I like the way that you kind of broke it down earlier, as far as the way that the trend is with the 4 hour, 2 hour, and the 1 hour. Would you mind kind of repeating that again?
All right, say that again.
I said, when you kind of broke it down how the trend works, the 4 hour, the 2 hour, and I think it was the 1 hour you said. I said, would you mind kind of repeating that again? I think you said, I know the 4 hour, it's not bullish until it goes up, down the up. And then I think you said the 2 hour is what was it, the consolidating?
Yeah.
Something like that you said.
Yeah. So that's what we went over in the beginning, right? So what I taught you in the beginning was when the 4 hour is your trend, okay? So the 4 hour RSI is the trend. If it's headed up, it's bullish. If it's heading down, it's bearish. The 2 hour RSI is the consolidating RSI, right? That's the end. That's where the downward trend is starting to lose steam, okay? So that's the bottom of the pull down, okay? Now, the 1 hour is used with the 2 hour to find the consolidation area, which is what we did earlier. So we found the consolidation area on the coin right now. And that's where we're at today. So right now we're just waiting for the 4 hour to stop the bearish movement down so we can find the lowest low, and then the lowest low of the entry for the new bullish push up. And that's what we're waiting on. Okay, so right here, look at here. So it's our 15 minute. Notice our 15 minute is starting to push up here. Go to your 30. Our 30 just swing to an up, right? So now we're going to go to our 3 minute, right? So our 3 minute is at the top here, and it's starting to bend down, okay? So which means we're going to get one more little push for an area for a long here. And the 1 hour is still pushing down. So this is where we're starting to get ready for a long position, because we do have the 15 minute pushing up. Now, I would look at this and say, okay, as long as the 1 hour is still going down, I would use this push or whatever bounce this is or retrace, and I would use this to enter into the next short. So I would be looking for this 15 minute to push up to the 72.24 area, and then I would short it with the rest of the 1 hour down, right? And the 30 minute, when it gets to the top, wherever it gets to, then I would hit that area and I would short this down. So I would be looking to take one last short here, because the 4 hour is still bearish. Okay, the 4 hour RSI is still bearish. So we're still playing the trend, and the trend is short. Okay, but we do know that we have an area here that if the short gets to this area, it has a upward area of this area, we can make 200%. All right, so we didn't get this long here because I was actually in teaching. So I didn't hit my reversal here, and I didn't take advantage of this 100. We had 200% down, 100% up. We're probably going to get 200% up and then another 200 down. But I didn't get that trade because we're in the middle of teaching here. But right now, what I'm looking at is the 15 minute trying to fight its way back up. And I'm looking at the weakness, right? So when the 15 gets to the top and starts to head back down, and the 30, which just turned with the 15, starts to head back down, then I will go into a short if the 1 hour is still heading down, which it looks like it will be. So yeah, so go back, watch the beginning of this video. This video is the beginning of how to find the trend, right? The trend is the 4 hour. The 4 hour goes from bottom to top. That's your trend. When it reverses, that's your other trend. When the 2 hour reverses, that's the beginning of the reversal. The 2 hour is where you find the reversal point of the trend. And the 1 hour is what you use to find the consolidation area inside of the reversal, so that you can know where you should be buying and getting in a position for the next move up, or if you're shorting, the next move down. Now somebody asked the question, what's long and short? Long is where you're expecting the coin to go long in value, meaning up in value, long. Short means that the dollar value gets shorter, which means cheaper, which means going down. So what we teach inside the Discord or at vccryptonation.com, when you guys go there, you can send me a Gmail if you want to learn. The email is in my link in my bio. And you can basically, you make money when it goes up. I like to make money when it goes down, because I like to make money based on the people who bought early selling, because everyone always takes profit. So I like to make money when it goes the other direction, because that's easier to do, because I can count on people selling more than I can count on people buying. Does that make sense? You guys understand what I'm saying? How do these time frames work? All right, hit the chats. You guys, who knows what shorting means? Hit the ones in the chats. You guys see what I'm saying? Do you guys understand what shorting
It
is?
means bearish.
Right.
Going down.
Right. So you get that's really what it comes down to, guys. Right. So you guys know what shorting is, right? Thank you, bro. Thanks for that, man. I never seen that crown before. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. So shorts are just when it goes down. So what I like to do is I like to make money when people take profits, because everybody loves profits. So once they start taking profits, I then short the coin and take profits with them, because it's easier for people to sell than it is for them to buy, right? Because you never know how much money people are going to buy, but once they start selling, you know they're going to sell all of it. Right, so it's easier to make money on the down, right? And that's really what that comes down to, guys. So right now, we have this area that we have marked out for our tops and our bottoms. And right now, the trend is still bearish. So I'm more likely to short than I am to go long until the 4-hour reverses. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just mapping out the 15-minute, and every time it gets to the top and it, solidifies and overbought, then we're looking for the 30 to do the same, and then we take that short position and we go for those targets. As long as those targets have a relatively good amount of positioning, right? So right here, I'm not too inclined to do a short in this area here because it's like consolidating in this little area, and it's working off a 100% area, which, I want something at least 200% possibilities, because if it fails, I want to hit 50% of my target, and half of that would be 0.5%, and we do 100x, which would mean we would still make 50% profit, right? So we take trades that are very high percentage possibilities.
So, excuse me, BC. So can we say for the 15-minute and the 30-minute, can we use those friends? RSI short? I mean, that's how I'm processing it when you say it.
Yeah. So first thing you do
Gotcha.
is you're using the larger time frames. So the 4 hours your trend. You know that shorting is better than longing, okay? Or you know that longs aren't going to be as aggressive because the trend is still short. So it's just a reminder that when the 2 hours reversing, you need to learn to take profits. Now, it's not that big of a deal for us because we're trained to take profits at 50% to 100% anyways. But as a long-term investor, you don't want to trade against the 4 hour until the 4 hour starts to go up, right? So the trend is still bearish here, right? Which means that shorts are going to be in a good position, but the 2 hours also going up. So shorts and longs right at this moment are pretty much equal because the 2 hours headed up and the 4 hours headed down, right? So they contradict each other by 50%. So shorts and longs are going to be kind of in the same ballpark, but the trend is still bearish. You see what I'm saying? Because at any time, the 2 hour can reverse and then continue with the 4 hour, and then you're going to get bigger shorts. You understand? So right now, take a look at the 2 hour. See how the 2 hour is starting to reverse? See how it's about to cross? That would make your shorts more reliable than your longs, right? Because the shorts are starting to get into a position where the 2 hour is starting to favor the 1 hour, the 4 hour, right? So if the 2 hour is starting to favor the 4 hour, that means that the pull down of the pressure, the selling pressure is increasing right now, right? So which means it's pulling down even harder. So with the 2 hour, if that crosses over on the 2 hour, that means the 2 hour can go down all the way down to here again. You see that? So that could bring all that selling pressure. And this is where guys are right now are sitting around saying that XRP could go back down to 67 cents. Is because the 2 hour could continue. The 2 hour can reverse because why? The bearish is still 4 hour. The 4 hour is still bearish. The 4 hour is the trend. The trend is bearish, right? So right now, we have the 4 hour headed down. We have the 1 hour headed down. The 2 hour headed down, which means that when the 15-minute tries to go up, which it tried right there, you see how it failed? See, look at your 15-minute. Now, go to your 3-minute, and you're going to realize your 3-minute just topped off and started headed down and gave you an entry here at 71.61, right? So now you have a 3-minute pull down that's pulling down this price. You have a 15-minute starting to reverse, right? That could reverse on you for you, and that can go all the way back down. So it looks like it wants to pull back down to that region of the 70.97 area again, right? So now it looks like it wants to retest that area. Now, if the 2 hour starts to reverse after that, then we can start looking for another push up. But right now, everything's still bearish. So right there, you can jump in a short. You see, I took a short right there. I did 100x. I just made 32%. So on 80 bucks, I just took in 25 bucks. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and take my profit at 71.20. I'm going to take 50% at that level. I'm going to take that profit because that's 30% right there. And 71.20. I'm going to put a 50%er in there as well. and 71.30. All right, so we're going to let that play out there, and my 71.30. So now for my final, I'm going to let this last push here, and what I'm waiting for on my short is I'm going to let the 3 minute finish its push down before I close out my play. So right here, see how the 3 minutes pushing down? So I'm expecting it to do one last push at 71.14. So I'll quickly come over here and I'll put in a price here at 0.7114. And I'll put a 50% close on that. There we go. And see the 3 minutes still pushing, hasn't turned yet. So we're looking for it to get that last wick at 71.18, 71.20. But I'm happy with that area. So right there, I took most of my profits. As you guys can see here, we were up 40%. Now we're up 18. But I only have $10 of the 70 I originally put in. So right there, we were able to take $80. We just made 20 bucks. So you got to realize most of the time we're trading with $1,000 bag. So when you're learning here, and I'm going to close this out right here because it's starting to jump a little bit. I'm going to put the 71.50 in there, and I'm just going to close 100% just to get out of the way, and then we're done. So you guys can see here, we started with an $80 bag, remember earlier? Now we're at 100. So that was a quick little trade that we were able to take advantage of on that quick move on that 15-minute bending back down, right? Now, is it going to touch this area? Probably. Do I care? I don't. I made my 20 bucks on my $70. So what I'm doing is just compounding, right? So what you guys are trying to learn here is how to make these type of trades. It's cool until stocks drop on both August and September. Then it will take you a year or so. What do you mean? Let me go back on the comments here. Oh, just saw you. Angel, what's up? Just saw the Mason video. I'm so intrigued. What do you want to learn? Let me read all this. Short selling, I mean, personally, wait 2 more months. So Castile, yeah, I mean, yeah, everything's going to come back down a little bit later, but the XRP went to $1. It went to $1.11 on Canadian time, right? So shorts are you can short the market all the time. Angel, yeah, hodlers. So when you hodl, guys, you got to learn how to hodl properly, because you got to what's called accumulation. You guys know what accumulation is? Blank. If you live in New York, you need to use a VPN. And then send me an email. Go to the link in my bio. Send me an email. Yeah, that's what we're doing right now. We're teaching right now, right? So if you live in New York, you're going to need a VPN. It's only like $10 a month. Yeah, so accumulation, right? So accumulation means this, right? So say you have $1,000 of XRP, right? Josh, baby. I love you, Josh. Josh is my favorite Jew boy. I love him. He's like me. I'm a Jew, right? So Josh has been he's been learning. He's a new guy. He's a new guy in the academy. He'll take 300 to 1,000, 300 to 2,000, back to 300, and then he'll take 300 back to 2,000, and then back to 500, and then 500 to 3,000, and back to 600. Because he's a new person. He's learning, right? So he has ups and downs, but you know it's the moment that you really like, what is that, Harry Potter? So you kind of like, you know, you have to learn, right? So what you guys are learning here is to learn how to make $100 into 1,000, or, you know, multiple times. And all you're learning is how to take profit, right? Because if you guys can take profit, you can accumulate, right? So accumulation means this, right? So what I mean by accumulate, right? So Angel, what I mean by accumulation is, let's say you buy $1,000 of XRP, or if you use a, let's say $100 of XRP, and you're slowly buying XRP. Anytime XRP pumps, or there's a movement up, right? All right, so here's your 3-minute up sign. What I'm looking for here is if the 15-minute can recover. It hasn't really recovered, but I'm looking for the push up here eventually when the 1 hour starts to reverse. But what I mean is, let's say whatever amount of money you have in XRP, let's say $1,000, and it goes up like it just did 10, 14% or whatever, 5%. You learn how to sell at the high point so that you can sell and take those profits. And when it goes back down, you buy at a lesser price. So you have $1,000, it goes up 10%. You have 1,010, you sell, you buy at a lower price, and then you buy in, and that's going to make you another 10%. So it's like, making 20% on your profits. Then when that price goes up, you have more coins for less money. You sell the top, you buy the bottom, and you can turn 1,000 into $40,000 if you do this right over, the hodling period, right? Because you can do this 40 times a year. So if you have $1,000 and you do it 40 times a year and you make 20%, right? So do the math on that. That's 20x. So you can turn 1,000 into 20,000 if you actually know how to do this. It's very easy. So at the end, when it's not each trade, right? So at the end of the year, you calculate your wins, right? So if you do this on XRP, and let's say you do a whole year of buying and selling, right? You're going to pay 30% capital gains, right? But if you had $1,000 and it became $10,000 in a year, right? And you had to pay $3,000 in capital gain, that means you have $7,000, right? Let's say worst case scenario, you have $5,000. But if you would have bought $1,000 worth of XRP and at the end of the year, it's still worth $1,500, what would you rather have? $1,500 or $5,000? Yeah, I'm in the 1 hour chart right now, guys. 1 hour chart. So everyone's scared of taxes, okay? I mean, first of all, I told you guys not to vote that guy in, but you did. Now you're paying taxes, right? So just get used to it. Anytime you make a lot of money, you're going to have to pay taxes. There's 1,000 ways not to pay taxes, right? Start an LLC. Use a trust, right? Guys, there's so many ways not to pay taxes. If you guys are worried about taxes, then we need to run a course on how to start a trust, how to use an LLC, how to avoid taxes, right? Is that what we need to do? We need to teach everyone how to avoid taxes so you guys can make money, right? Don't worry about taxes, right? If I gave you $100,000 and I said, yo, I'll give you $100,000, but you need to pay $50,000 in taxes, are you going to say no? Huh? Let me ask you that. I had a guy that learned how to trade with me, right? My boy EC. Hold up, man. EC, you on here, bro? So EC spent 2 months trading with me, right? After 2 months of learning how to trade, he made $80,000, okay? He paid taxes the next year. He ended up paying $27,000 in taxes, right? And he hasn't been around trading. He's a tech guy, right? And I yo, where you been, bro? He said, man, I sold at the top, and now I'm just buying the bottom as we go along, a little bit. He bought a bunch of Amazon. They bought a bunch of Amazon, and he bought a bunch of Tesla very cheap. And now he's like, yo, I just bought a bunch of stocks. And I'm just going to hold them for the next 5 years and then make my $1 million. I said, man, you ain't been trading? He's like, nah, I ain't been really trading because we know when I made that 80,000, I had to pay 27,000 in tax. I said, okay. I said, so, okay, let me get this right. You made 80,000, you paid 30,000 in tax, and you take home $50,000. I go, how much money would have you made if you didn't learn how to trade with me? He says, well, if I didn't trade with you, I would have only made $15,000. I said, so, okay, take 15 minus 50. That's 35,000. So you're telling me doing a little bit of paperwork wasn't worth $35,000? Bro, I don't know. I mean, I told him start an LLC, start a trust, get around that, don't even pay those taxes. But even if you paid the taxes, was $35,000 not worth 4 months of your time? Come on, bro. I'll take that deal every day. I'll take that deal every day. Okay? No problem. No, that's when he gets taxed, right? He gets taxed when he pulls the money to fiat, right? So nothing is profit until you sell it, until you actually take the money, right? You don't get that until you take the money. Right? You kind of have to plan for it, right? You kind of plan for taxes, right? It's a very simple thing to do. Okay? So when you're learning how to trade, every time you make gains, just take some money and put it to the side and move it in for your taxes, right? It's almost like how you go to work and you pull out your taxes. Just learn to pull out money for your taxes anyways, right? So that's something you learn and you can put together for yourself and really do well. So it's not that hard. Now, if you guys want to if you want to really avoid taxes in crypto, if you make money on crypto and you move it over to Maker or something like that, you can use crypto to get crypto loans, and they send you cash in 24 hours to your bank account, but you don't get taxed for cashing out. So if you make money in XRP and you're selling and buying XRP, you take that, you can move your XRP over to a trust fund or to a Maker or Aave, and you can get a loan on your XRP, and you can take profits on your XRP without selling your XRP. And that way you can have the money now, and then when XRP goes up, you still have your XRP. So you can do that in crypto. You can take crypto loans. Anything that's a loan isn't taxable, guys, right? Now the other thing you guys want to learn, there's a ton of people. We'll teach a class. Go to link in my bio. Click on send me a Gmail. There's a Gmail email in there. Send me an email. We'll help you guys out there. So yeah, don't worry about taxes, guys. I mean, taxes. If you had to pay taxes, it'd be the greatest thing in your life. You know why? That means you made fucking money. It's the way they make you think, right? Everyone's like, taxes, man, taxes. I love paying taxes. You know why? Because that's my money. That means I'm fucking making money. Like, that's the best thing in the world. My buddies complain like, oh man, I paid $200,000 in tax. Yeah, you made $1 million. Cry me a fucking river. Come on, man. Sounds ridiculous. Right? Now, don't get me wrong. I think taxes are fucking terrible and we shouldn't even have to pay taxes. I think we need a new, rethought out, governmental plan on that shit. And money needs to go to more people like the veterans, and, we should have free education, free healthcare. I mean, we don't do good with our tax money, and that's the problem. If we did good with tax money, we'd have free healthcare, free education, and then everybody would have more money. But that's a whole nother subject, guys. That's a whole nother subject, right? So, if your biggest problem is you have to pay $30,000 because you made $100,000, I don't know, man. You might want to write that on your mirror. My biggest problem is I paid $30,000 in taxes because I made $100,000. Write that on your mirror. Put it on your mirror. Write that there. I want you to look at that every day, and then come back to my lives and tell me what you think of that. Write that on your mirror. Take a erasable marker. Right? Write it on there. I owe $30,000 in taxes because I made $100,000. I got you guys. I know the tax money doesn't go where it needs to go, guys, but that's a whole nother subject. But I want you guys to realize, put that on your mirror. I have paid $30,000 in taxes because I made $100,000. Look at that every day and tell me if that's bad. Let me know. Every trade has a tax implement, but you got to realize it comes down to your complete gains, right? So every trade that you're doing is not really profitable until the end of when you cash out. So you have a ledger of all your trades, and then at the end of the year, there's a little crypto tax. You type in all your wallets into this little program, and it takes all the money that you had, all the profits that you made, and then tells you what you owe, right? That's it. So at the end of the year, if you didn't make money, then you actually have a tax write-off, right? If you made money, then you pay on your taxes. Very simple, man. It's not that hard, guys. It's not that hard. It's very simple. All right, so now, and if you guys want to join, remember, we also have let me make sure we don't have any fake accounts in here. Okay, so now I also go live on this other account. I'm going to type in live right now, and that's going to be the other account. So this is the only other VC Crypto Nation that exists. And it says live right there. So if you want to make sure you catch all my lives, go follow this other account as well. Jeez, you guys got shitloads of messages here. I will try to answer them as fast as possible here. Okay. Which is the best platform to buy and sell crypto for a beginner? So guys, to buy and sell, I'll put this up right now for you guys. There's a MEXC account, right? If you want to join, go to my live right here. Click on this link right here, right? So here, click here, okay? When you click on this link underneath my live, you're going to see a thing that pops up. The very top one, right, you're going to say open anyways, is MEXC right here, MEXC. Just click that link, and that's it. MEXC is the best website to get into. If you guys want to use TradingView for the first time, click on there. Join me on TradingView. Click on MEXC, TradingView, MEXC. If you want to send me a Gmail, send me a Gmail. Let me know what you're trying to do. If you want to join the Discord here. If you want to see the YouTube videos that we're making right now, go to VC YouTube. Get your YouTube videos. Okay? But make sure that you guys understand that when you go to Discord, right, there are a lot of fake accounts on Discord. So make sure that you're not responding to an admin that isn't on the welcome letter. Make sure you read the Discord. When you enter my Discord, I put a lot of information up on how to avoid scammers. Make sure that you're reading that information, okay? There's a lot of fake accounts on, and this goes for every Discord, guys. Every Discord you're in, there's fake accounts that copy the admin's name, and they send you a message when you join. They're like, hey, welcome to, whatever, blah, blah, Discord. This is the admin. We have all these great products for you. Would you like to sign up? And you're like, yes, I love VC. And then you send this guy $300, and it's not the right guy. Right? So don't send any money in Discord until you read all the things, man. If you join Calvin's Discord, he has a bunch of scammers that fake like he's Calvin too. So yeah. Yeah, a new one tried to tell you he had to join a new server. Yeah, there's a lot of fakes out there, guys. So make sure the easiest way to find out you're talking to the right people on Discord is in Discord. I'll show you right here. There's a thing called... there's like special areas that you have inside of chats, and when you enter a Discord, there's a welcome folder, or there's like all members, and inside that folder you can see the person who wrote that is the admin, right? It's a red name, and down below you can't write messages. It says you do not have permission to write here. The only person who can write here is the admin. So the only person you send a message to is the admin. Do not reply to any other people that cannot write in this area. They are all fake. They're all fake, right? When you look at the members, this is a non-writable area. You can only write here if you're the admin. That is it. So if you guys go to any Discord, find the area that you cannot send a message in and go to that person and ask them how to join, because every other account is a fake inside of there, okay? Remember that. This is how you can tell on any Discord who's the real one. Okay? Alright. So now back to this, guys. We're pretty much set up here, guys. I like Calvin, bro. Calvin's a good guy. Calvin's a good guy, man. Teaches good information, guys. You guys got to collect a bunch of information. Be smart about what you're getting. And just make sure if you go to any Discord, you make sure you're talking to the admin. How are these time frames? 4 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour, 5, 3 interlinked. Okay, so how time frames are interlinked, guys, is that they're candles, right? So if you have a 4 hour candle, that's a time frame, 4 hour time frame. Your time frame are candles. 15-minute means that all these candles are 15-minute. So if you're on the 4 hour, all the candles are 4 hour. So now in a 4 hour candle on a 4 hour time frame, if you go to a 2 hour candle or 2 hour time frame, that means there will be 2 candles for every 4 hour candle. If you go to a 1 hour, there will be 4 1 hour candles for every 1 4 hour. If you go to a 30, there will be 8. Get it? So when you go to lower time frames, those candles are working different. So when you're at a 15-minute, these are 15-minute candles. But if I go to a 3-minute, that means there's 3 5-minute candles inside of the 15 minute. So I can see, right? So I see how this candle here is a 15 minute, and it's about to, it just hit. So we're about to get a new candle here because we just hit the 15. It's 6 p.m. So there's a new candle. So now I can go to the 3 minute, and now my next 15 minute candle, I will see 3 5-minute candles before the next 15. So I can see what inside the 15. So it's like a vision inside the 15-minute candle, right? So I can see inside. What is that, man? Hold on, let me check this. Somebody just made a VC Crypto Nation 7. Yeah, see, this is a fake account. You gotta block that. I just saw that they asked for a friend request. So this is a fake account. VC Crypto Nation 7 is fake. So block that. I can't get the Scotch to load without a pay pop-up. A pay pop-up. What are you talking about? Okay. That's a fake account right there. But I gotta keep up with these fake accounts, boy. These guys are slick. All right, back to XRP here. So we can see right here on the 3 minute, we're starting to get weaker here. So we're showing some pullbacks here. So XRP is still coming down. So for us, we're waiting for this 15 minute to finish, and then we'll look for a pullback up. But that's going to be when the 15 minute comes down. So A, you still here, A? See how we're getting this pullback here, the 15 minute starting to come down now. So this will be a short on the 15 minute, and we should be looking for a 70.94 area before it bounces. And 30 starting to pull down. So all that's happening very nicely. The 3 minute starting to pull. This would have been our entry on the 3 minute, this little push up. We could have re-entered this short here about 71.39, but we're just going to wait for it all to reset, not worry about it too much here. But we're looking really good here. So this is the next video, guys. I'm live every day, guys. Send me an email. Go to my live, go to my thing, and send me a message. Let me know if you need to get in on anything. We take emails. I'm going to hop off now. I got to get some things done. But yeah, guys, if you follow the Discord, make sure that you read the welcome folder. If you go to my TikTok, make sure this is a fake account here. We got to block that guy. Okay. Make sure if you go to my VC Crypto Nation. All right, that's the actual real account there. We're live today. So make sure, guys, if you go to my VC Nation, go to my live. Right underneath my live, when you guys leave, you'll see a link tree. You'll see that we're live. That link tree right there, that is where you can join the Discord. And make sure when you join the Discord, no. Did I get in a long? No, we're not longing right now. We're waiting for the 15 minute to bottom, guys. We got to make the 15 to bottom. So watch your 15 minute RSI. You want it to go to the bottom and your 30. All right, so make sure this is the link right here. Go to the Discord. Make sure you check out the welcome folder, guys. I appreciate you guys. You got us to 10,000 likes. We're going to continue this trading editorial a little bit later. I'm starving. I got to eat. But thank you for joining us today, guys. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you do not respond to any fake Crypto Nation accounts on TikTok. Okay? Do not respond to those. I do not have VC Crypto Nation number 7, although I wish I did. But we'll be back on and we'll do some more. If you guys want to see these videos, click this link right here. And you will see that'll take you to this page. And what you can do is, here's YouTube. You can go watch the YouTube videos. And this is going to be part 2 of this. And then we'll